What's up, y'all? We back. This is Late Night with Sharif, and I got some guests here with me today, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. And they have a magazine that they want to promote, so we're gonna get into all of that today. To my left is
Mara, I go by Mara on the wall.
all right,
I'm L. Davis. I'm the editor.
L.
I'm Sasha Loam. I am food critic in arts and entertainment.
Food critic. Okay, we definitely want to talk about that. So let's just go down the line and just let everybody know where everybody is from and everything like that.
I was born in Jersey, but I stay in Columbia.
Okay.
I'm originally from Buffalo, New York, but I've been coming down here to Columbia, South Carolina all my life. My family's from here.
Okay.
Bless you. I'm from Lancaster, South Carolina. We call it Lancaster.
Right, Lancaster. So two things. Buffalo. My son's grandmother's from Buffalo, and I've had to take him. He moved to Buffalo, and I went up there and picked him up a couple of times. So I've been around Buffalo a little bit, like upstate New York, Elmira and stuff like that. And then you're from Lancaster. My daughter lives in Monroe, so
nice.
you're not that far and everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know anybody from New
Nah.
Jersey. So you guys are here today to promote the magazine and everything like that. So tell us what the magazine is and what your mission is with the magazine.
Okay, well, I'll start. About 5 months ago, we started Elevation Magazine, and what it is a community business magazine for the people. It's a magazine where we want to help the people. It's
Right.
not about you being famous or anything. Plus, any business could be in this magazine, but we do really promote black business because we need to start supporting each other.
Right.
And when I say business, I mean the business of sports, the business of entertainment.
Right.
If you have a local store down the street, if you need to be in the magazine, and also we do community stuff too.
Right.
So
So when I think of a magazine, I think of something that has a little bit of, well, it just kind of depends on what you're trying to reach. So you're just trying to reach out to the community, right? It doesn't have like a specific, goal or anything like that. It's just, we just want to help the community. We have a little bit of everything in there, a little variety.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And another thing that makes our magazine a little more different is, you remember Jet back in the days?
Right. Jet,
Well,
Jet
a lot of
Beauty to
people
me. I was
really,
going to ask you about that
So
too.
people have been comparing me to Jet.
Right.
That's not the same size, a little
Right.
bigger, but
It's a little bigger.
I
yeah.
take it as a compliment.
And that's what I thought about when I first saw it. I was like, oh, this is like a Jet magazine. But then I strolled through it. I was looking for the beauty of the week. So,
You about the 100%.
It's more like the recipe of the week.
Yeah.
It's the recipe of the
We
week.
do have the
okay.
recipe of the week.
Yeah, I usually post a recipe every month in the
Right.
magazine and everything.
So you're a food critic and you're
I'm a vegan
you're
chef.
cook too, and you're a vegan chef,
vegan
right?
chef. I'm like Chef Sa from Rautopian Bliss. I used to be right up the street on Two Notch Road.
Okay.
And so when L shared with me his vision, I really wanted to support it.
Right.
Especially because I really love his energy, which is rare in this day and age, where you find people who are really about the community,
Right.
really about community building, and that's what I love. I love being a part of a good team, and that's what I think we make. We make a really good team.
That's what's up.
I'll give you $5 later. Go ahead.
She ain't lying on you.
I'll try to be a
that's
comedian too.
So can you explain like vegan life, vegetarian life? What's the difference? Like a lot of people don't know the difference.
Well, vegan basically means that you're not eating any animal products, no meats, as well as any animal byproducts like eggs, cheese, dairy, all those types of things. So I live a very clean lifestyle,
Right.
and I have a lot of clients, predominantly here in the Columbia area, because that's where my business was. And that we eat really clean, so we can be clear mentally and
Right.
balanced emotionally and
Right.
healthy, and not walking around all crazy like a lot of folks
Right.
these days.
Well, I knew I knew somebody was a food critic was coming, but I didn't know a vegan food critic was coming.
Yes.
So I'm sorry
It's
that we
all
just
good.
got chicken.
No
We coulda-
worries,
we coulda
love.
did
Well,
that.
she won't. She's humble, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, she's been ranked one of the top 25 vegan chefs in the
Right.
country.
Yeah.
Right. So one of my favorite comedians is always promoting vegan life. Country Wayne.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have you been able to cook for Country Wayne
I
yet?
have not. I
Okay.
have not. I have seen him perform down at the Comedy Theater down the road, but I have not prepared for him. I have prepared for some
Right.
celebrities though.
Right. So yeah, so anytime he comes to town, whoever does vegan, he's always
Yeah.
they always preparing for him. So what are the top celebrities that are on vegan life?
Chrisette Michelle.
Okay.
When Beyonce and her crew was in town some years back,
Right.
I prepared for them.
Okay. The on the run tour.
Dr. Umar Johnson. All the folks in the conscious community who are doing positive things. They're
Right.
always, when they're in this area, they usually call on me, as well as Peace of Soul. And now we have More Vegan Cafe, which I'm also working with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a vegan place on like North Main. Are you affiliated with them? Or you
Those
know
are the
them?
two, Peace of
Okay.
Soul.
I didn't know the
and-
name of it. I just see it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
So-
support both of
right.
them. We need more. We just need more options of healthy food here in the South, in particular.
Right.
And even though I live in Lancaster, the struggle that I find in Lancaster is that people there do not want to be healthy. They be seeing stuff like, I like grease. I'm like, girl, bye.
Well, that brings me to this question, because vegan life, and we're not discouraging anybody against anything.
Right.
Because, I mean, definitely vegan life is a more healthier life. Do you find it just kind of hard, like being in Lancaster with Lancaster, like that Hartsville area, that lower North Carolina area, that people
Yeah.
can't afford it?
Well, it's not so much that people can't afford it, because I promise you, they can afford them nails, they can afford their hair, they can afford them shoes,
Right.
they can afford to do the things that they want to do.
Right.
But people just don't want it, and it's okay. I'm all right with it, because in my city, I have peace.
Right.
And that's, if nothing else, I live in a beautiful neighborhood. I feel like I'm in the rainforest because there's so many trees. I'm dealing with a tree limb on my house right now that I'm waiting to get off, but I love it. And so, like I said, the majority of my clients are between Columbia, Charlotte, Rock Hill,
Right.
that sort of thing. So in Lancaster, and I do work with the NAACP in Lancaster as
Okay.
well. I'm supposed to be
Okay.
the chair of health and wellness.
Right.
But we not
have
trying
a,
to be health or well, but it's okay.
Y'all have a big
Tell them about
NAA
the contest.
Oh yeah, I was participating in this favorite chef competition a few months ago,
Right.
and I was in a group of about 60 chefs, and I stayed teetering between second and third. I didn't ultimately win, but it was all good.
It's okay.
I consider that still an accomplishment.
Well, that's good. So I want to stick on this vegan topic for just a little bit more.
Okay.
Because I didn't know we had a vegan. I knew we had a chef coming and a food critic coming, but I
Yes.
didn't know we had a vegan food critic coming.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'm interested in vegan life myself, and some of
Bless
my guests, my
Yeah.
guests and my audience are also interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what is like a dish, a vegan dish that you would cook to somebody who's been eating meat all their life?
Well, my most favorite dish that I prepare is my raw vegan pizzas. It's like 90% literally raw,
Right.
but it eats and looks just like a cooked food pizza. And they won't stay in stock down there at
Okay.
More Vegan Cafe. I mean, no matter how many they order, they're gone in that
Right.
day or the next day. So it's running me a little ragged right now. But there's a variety of dishes that I create that are what we consider, like, I have meal plan folks. Like this week's menu, they had spaghetti with Italian sausages.
Right.
I make my own Italian sausages out of our sunseed cheese and some quinoa, some nice herbs and spices, and just ball them up and put them in a dehydrator. They have the same type of texture as a meatball. I spiralize zucchini to be the spaghetti part and have a nice tomato basil marinara sauce. So you're really not missing anything. And that's the thing I try to explain to people. We have been this society has culturalized us into anti-healthy everything, and there's an agenda to that. Because if you're not healthy, you're not clear mentally,
Right.
you're not emotionally balanced, you're easy to control, you're
Right.
sick,
Right.
you're overweight, you're tired all the time, and that group of people can be bullied and pushed around, and the people in control can just control you.
Right.
So if we want to be in our right mind and have a reality that reflects what we think is what's best for us, then we want to eat according to Genesis 1:29. That's the other thing I be telling people. We say we love God, but we is not gonna honor Genesis 1:29.
And what is that?
That is our original diet ordained by our Creator that specifically says that we are to be vegan. Not in those words, of course.
Right.
It says you all the plant-bearing
Yes.
seeds are
Yes.
first. That you
Exactly.
were meant to watch over the animals
Yes.
of the land.
Exactly. Every seed-bearing plant, every tree that bears a fruit with a seed in it, and this shall be yours for meat. That's what the King James Version says.
Okay. I preach.
Well, I just want to say this real quick. I had an event early last year where Shaw provided the food.
Right.
That food, as soon as we put it out,
Right.
because we announced it was a vegan, and them people, look, as soon as that food got out, I had to run over there and grab 2 pieces of pizza and take it in the back because they was
understand.
eating that food. There was
I
no
understand.
food left.
Yeah.
No food
understand.
left.
So do you ever do like a surprise, like you just cook for some people and then just and they don't know what it is, and then you tell them, hey,
yes.
it's
Yeah.
vegan?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
There are definitely moments like that because again, we're having to knock down mental blocks out of people's head. That's a lot of times I tell my clients who are trying to get their family to make the shift. I said, look,
Right.
stop talking about, don't even use the word vegan.
Right.
Just prepare the dishes. I have a couple of recipe books out, and I just say prepare the dishes. I said, go with the program. Don't say anything. Don't put a label on it because
Right.
it's the word vegan that make people go, oh, what? No, I don't want that.
Right.
I'm like, but you haven't even
Yeah.
experienced it. You haven't even tasted
Right.
it. But that's what the media has done to our brains.
I hear that.
And we was all at her house for dinner earlier this year.
Okay.
And
So I was
food
laughing.
was, she was there. It was
'Cause
excellent.
I knew that she was vegan, but I didn't think the food was gonna be vegan. And I remember
Yeah.
there was one dish you made, and I thought it was chicken, but it wasn't.
So do you find as in the vegan culture now that it's gotten bigger, do you find like a place maybe like Johnson and Wells and like the culinary art schools and stuff like that? Are they paying attention that the world is going vegan, or are they still kind of lacking behind?
Well, they definitely are still doing their meat-based thing because the typical mindset is folks will never stop eating dead animals. But they are, for economic reasons, trying to work their way into the vegan lane because they recognize that there's a big demographic that are in that lane and they want to catch some of that money.
Right.
Like with Impossible Burgers and stuff like
All
that.
of that, yeah. The Impossible Burgers, it's another
So the
one, Beyond
Impossible
Beef.
Burger that's a vegan burger?
It is,
Okay.
but again, everything is still not a great thing. Some of those things are made in a lab, in a sense, and I do call my kitchen my lab too. So,
Right. Got you.
But everything that I do is fresh. It's organic. It's non-GMO. It's gluten-free, and it's all plant-based. I'm not adding in any weird chemicals and things like that to make it taste like this or to taste like that. No, I'm like an alchemist in my kitchen where I put things together, and a lot of times I meditate on things for weeks or months before I actually
Right.
get into my kitchen and
Right.
start working on it. Because I just love it. It's a gift, and I'm so thankful that the Most High steered my life in this direction.
So you play a very important part of the magazine as far as health is wealth and eating right and everything like that.
Yes, definitely.
So is that just a corner page, or is that like
No, it's a whole
Are we
page.
dedicated to that?
That's
We're
right.
really dedicated to that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then
That's-
we host a business networking event every
Okay.
month. And I usually.
And where do
am
we
the-
do that at? I don't mean to cut you off, but where do
Sure.
we do that at?
Yeah, at Elegant Events on Two Notch Road,
Okay.
right off the far end of Two Notch.
All right.
And that's usually like what the
Every last
last
Thursday.
Yeah,
Every
the
last
last Thursday of the
Every
month.
last Thursday.
Yeah.
6 to 8.
See, I don't know that. I didn't know that, and I was right here. So this is a very,
Yeah,
very informative
exactly.
conversation.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna go over here to Pink Hair Don't Care, and I'm gonna get you to
That's what's up.
reintroduce yourself and tell them where you're from again, because that was just the vegan part of that. That was just I got a 2-for-1 on that, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I got a 2-for-1, and so I got some really good content on vegan life and everything.
Before you go to her, then maybe you can help me get one of them pieces from her car. Oh,
Oh Lord.
Oh,
see.
Lord.
she got one out there.
Oh well, let's get one then. Let's do
See?
one. Let's do one. We'll
You
buy.
doing
We
that?
buy food every week. Let's do one. Let's do one. Don't let it go bad out there. But let's reintroduce yourself. I'm sorry. And
No, you're good.
yeah,
I'm Mara. I go by Mara on the Wall. I'm the communications
right,
person for the magazine, and I'm getting into DJing, but I make beats.
right. So I wish I had my engineer here, because we do have like a little studio in the back. But and you're from where again?
I was born in Jersey.
In Jersey. Okay, Jersey life, good rap life, and everything like that. So when you was coming up, music was very influential in your life.
Yeah, I've always been around music. I used to do gymnastics. I used to dance,
Right.
and I was in choir.
So you did
All my life.
gymnastics. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You got to be rich to do gymnastics, or is this something that
No, I used to take gymnastics classes.
Right.
It was up in Jersey. I don't know. I mean, now I know
Right.
that they have stuff like that down here. But when we moved down here, I stopped
Right.
doing all of that.
A lot
it's
of
like
people-
I'm getting back into it now.
So we're in the Olympics right now, and then Simone Biles, of course, just took back over again and everything like that. And a lot of African American parents want to get their kids into gymnasts, but what they don't realize is it's pretty expensive. It's like more expensive than dance. It's more expensive than karate and everything like that. So how were you able to do that? Like just kind of growing up, being able to be a gymnast and everything like that.
I stopped when I was 8, so I don't know.
So you didn't get involved with right. That's cool though. But that's cool. You're real talented and everything like that. So how did you get into DJing? Like, so first I want to say this right here. Some of my favorite DJs are females. I'm like a music connoisseur, and like, not back in the day, Spinderella. I don't even know who you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah.
Spinderella?
I don't even know, but she was
Salt
Salt
and
and
Pepper.
Pepper's DJ,
Yeah,
and
Salt
then they
and
just
Pepper.
used to let her. She was like her own act. So like in the middle of the show, they just used to give her like 10 minutes just to spin and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Oh, she was good.
So did you find that hard, like booking or anything like that, with being a female DJ?
I actually haven't like put myself out there like
Right.
that in that way. I'm actively I'm in the process of doing it, but I
Right.
do make beats. So
Do
I've
make
sold
beats.
some beats.
So
I
some
have
beats.
a song with somebody. I'm waiting
Okay.
for
Well,
them
she
to release
DJ.
it.
She DJ at an
You-
event we
you
had.
can't
She
tell-
did good.
You can't tell us who you
DJ.
are.
Yeah, you did
Can't
good.
tell us who you got the song with.
No.
Who bought your beat?
His
So what-
name is Saint Pat.
St. Pat, okay.
Yeah.
All right, no doubt. I haven't heard of him, but I'm pretty sure he's fabulous and everything like that. So, as far as hip hop goes, there's a big female movement going on right now. So,
Yeah.
if you could spin your top 5 female rappers, who would they be?
Megan.
Megan.
Yeah.
I find, and I'm gonna cut you before you go to those other 4, but I find a lot of people that come on this show, and even when we was doing the podcast, it's like Megan is their like first one. So
Her wordplay.
it's the wordplay, okay?
Yeah.
So that's what you like about Megan and everything. What I like about Megan is her strength and everything like that. And I just
Yeah.
think she got a bad rep coming in the game because she was doing things that the males was doing, but the males, treated it different and everything.
I have a question on that though. I mean, what do y'all think about the whole fact that the Democrats used her to do their thing?
I was just talking about that with my friend.
What did you feel about that?
I remember seeing something like Donald Trump has done something similar, so it's kind of like
Right.
Kamala's just playing his game.
Well, what I,
'Cause it just seems like they're both trying to get the black people vote.
what I saw on the news, they said she volunteered to help. She wanted to come and
Yeah.
do that.
Well-
So
Well, my thing with that is, in my opinion on that is, I mean,
Speak.
hey, Kamala is the embodied strength. and she embodies a strong female vibe to me. You know what I mean? Like I see why he won't debate her, because she's just way smarter. You know what I mean? When I think of Meg is a college graduate. She's strong. She's beat a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So if I was gonna pick a female rapper, I just think a lot of female rappers are kind of just like going. They're following, this, or they're following this brand, or they're following that brand, or they want to do the sexism stuff, or they want to do this. But Meg is just all of that. You know what I mean? So my whole thing is, if you're gonna pick a female to come out and support a strong black candidate, a female candidate, then I can't think of another rapper besides Meg Thee Stallion that could embody that.
She has a big fan base,
Right.
of all ages, little kids. I know old people.
Right.
When I say old, I mean like 70. They like Megan the Trailer.
Right.
They call her the Trailer.
Right.
Ain't that her name?
No, it's making a
What a
stallion.
The Stallion. Whatever. When they say Stallion, okay,
Yeah.
well we call it Stallion.
But they could pick any female.
So-
Yeah.
Sexy Red's
It's-
hot right now. Lotto's hot right now. She
So
could have
may I
picked
give
any
my 2
female.
cents?
There's a reason why she
right
picked
now,
Meg.
who's the number one as far as sales and popularity as far as the female rap game? It's Megan. It's
Well,
her.
that would be Nicki
She's bigger
Minaj.
than Cardi B
but
now.
That would be Nicki Minaj,
Yeah.
but she
When
can't.
last time Nicki Minaj had a hit?
I mean, she's had one, but
I mean,
she
last
just came
time.
off a big tour.
Yeah.
But you can't pick Nicki Minaj because she comes with the stigmatism that she supported a
Sex offender.
A sex offender,
Yeah.
yeah. So you can't pick her. You can't do the Cardi B and stuff
Yeah.
like that because she didn't support.
And she getting ready
she
to
didn't
divorce
support
again.
Joe Biden the first
Yeah.
time. She supported the older white guy. I can't think of his name, but the one that
Oh,
one
yeah,
that-
the,
Bernie Sanders?
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie,
yeah.
yeah, she did.
So,
Yeah.
so you can't
Yeah.
backtrack and get her. So
Right.
Megan was the perfect person to get as far as if you're looking for a female hip hop artist. But
I
That's-
just want
that's my
to. I
opinion.
asked that question because I kind of want to know what y'all thought about it. Me personally and politically, I'm not into it. But I'm an
Right.
observer. I watch it all
Right.
because I want to see where their mindsets are.
Right.
I thought that it was inappropriate that they chose that type of artist.
Right.
In the sense that it comes off as pandering
Right.
to almost the lower nature of black culture. And when I say that, I'm not trying to insult Megan Thee Stallion, but what I'm saying is this is a political arena.
right.
Okay. Can I
This is
ask
a political arena, and I just felt it was inappropriate.
Okay.
Right.
It just like Kamala saying, about her mean pot of greens that she make. Okay, since when did she become really a black lady? Ain't she Indian? And
Yeah, well, let me
Some
say
other
this real
things.
quick.
Yeah,
They
say
say
it.
right now, just this area alone, South Carolina, there's over 1 million black men and women between the ages of 18 and 30 that are not registered. That's the demographics.
Yeah.
A lot of them like Megan. And whether you know it or not, she's coming here. But a lot of the states are like, a lot of young people have not registered to vote. So I guess she used Megan to pull the young people there.
get the
And once
concept.
you get them there, you can register them to vote. And more than likely, if they come to your event, they going to end up voting for you. Because you can't tell them who to vote for, but more than likely,
And
they're going to say, ooh, I'm going to vote for her.
And that, since we own that,
Yeah.
a lot of that is, so I have a brother. He's a mayor of a major city. I'm not gonna. We do a lot of stuff on here, and most of it's positive. But then we invite people in here that smoke weed and things like that too. So we have a studio. We do music. So I don't want to tie him into that.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. What I get, is that everybody is playing a game to get elected.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Kid Rock,
Yeah.
Kid Rock is
Yeah.
Donald
Mhm.
Trump.
Trump, yeah.
Donald Trump wants the so the voting dynamics diagraphics are the people that don't vote are young black people
That's what he said. Yeah.
and white people who just don't care.
Yeah.
So those are more the heavy metalists, rock stars and stuff like that, and they more lean Democratic because they just don't like the stuck up or their parents with the stuff that they view as. So you're gonna have a Kid Rock come out for Donald Trump. You're gonna have a Hulk Hogan come out for Donald Trump. You're gonna have Amber Rose come out for Donald Trump to try to get black females to come on. So everybody's got celebrities.
That's true.
If this person's got celebrity, you got to bring a celebrity. You know what I mean? You got to bring a Usher. You got to bring a Meg Thee Stallion. You have to bring one of the youngest mayors of what they call Wakanda, Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I mean? You have to bring him up there. You know what I mean? You have to have these people.
And
So,
you got to bring back your arch enemies, because just a few months ago, Nikki Haley was putting on Donald Trump.
Right.
At the convention, let me make it perfectly clear. Donald Trump is the man for the president of the United States.
Yeah,
I mean,
when
you gotta say it again. I mean, her whole
when
theme changed.
Nikki Haley knows how to play the game.
Yeah,
you know
she
what I mean?
played. She playing the game.
She, she can fight. She's gonna fight, but when it's time to be the supporter,
Yeah.
she's gonna do that. She knows how to get paid.
Because
you
even
know
the
what I mean?
dude he elected to be vice president some years ago, he had words.
Oh, he
about
had a
it.
lot of words for him.
Look at,
Yeah.
And there's a chance he
But-
might get demoted. He may not be on the ticket after
Well,
all.
I don't know, but my whole thing. I mean, y'all run a magazine, so I'm pretty sure y'all talk about politics. So this goes along with that. But my thinking about JD Vance is he said so much of stuff that he was the candidate if you were going against Biden. He will get eaten alive against Kamala Harris. And then a lot of people, and I'm a Democrat, but I'm also a Democrat that was an independent, and I actually voted for Nikki Haley for South Carolina governor. I didn't want to waste my vote, and I knew what she would bring to the table, because for one thing about Nikki Haley, she brings about jobs. You know what I'm saying? You don't have an Amazon if it's not for Nikki Haley. You don't have a Mercedes if it's not for Nikki Haley. You don't have a Volvo if it's not for Nikki Haley. She brought all those companies to South Carolina. So I don't have a problem with Nikki Haley. But the thing that I don't like about Nikki Haley, she just don't stand on business. Like, Donald Trump is a racist. And Nikki Haley is not all white. You know what I mean? So Donald Trump is a racist. Donald Trump is anti-female. You know what I mean? Everything about his presidency has been anti-female, and that's where his problem is with now that Kamala Harris is the candidate, is that he is facing a female, something that he has never stood up for. So it's hard for me to understand. I know a lot of females, because I saw it with Hillary Clinton. A lot of females they will say they're gonna back you, and then when it's time to go vote, they don't go vote.
I'm glad you say that, because let's just get to it. Do you think the United States of America is ready for a black woman to be president of this country?
I think the United States of America, and I'm sounding like you interviewing me, but you are the magazine writer, so I understand.
Because I'm gonna do a poll.
But I think the United States of America, for one, they better get ready for a female president, because Donald Trump is not going to beat her, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because he is so threatened by her that he's getting ready to show his. I curse on the show. He's getting ready to show his ass so bad that people are going to be reminded about. They don't remember. Once you've seen a president for 4 years is a long time. So once you get used to a president for 4 years, that they've gotten used to Biden, they have forgotten some things about Donald Trump. You know what I mean? They have forgotten him standing up with the Russian president and all that kind of stuff. They have forgotten, the Latinos have forgotten that this man was building a wall around you guys. And then they got Latinos for Donald Trump. I mean, it's just so weird that
Black people.
It's just so weird. He was predicted to get 25% of the black vote, more than any Republican has ever got in the history of elections. But now that Kamala Harris is now running, he's back down to his what is the regular 6%, 8% for black voters, and most of those black voters are rich. You know what I mean?
Well, let me say this real quick, because I did a little research. Donald Trump he's a pro at this game. I ain't talking about political game. I'm talking about playing the game. This man has done a lot of stuff with the casinos.
Right.
He didn't even own the casinos.
Right.
Do you know he was getting millions and millions of dollars?
Right.
The casino in Russia, They was paid. Dude be getting money. And the reason I bring that up is because when he was president, a lot of the people that work in construction, because that's what his father was. Fred Trump was a construction mogul. Well, he gave a lot of money out for construction. Guess what? A lot of black construction companies, because I talked to them, they got a lot of money when Donald Trump. And see, when you get money to people, they gonna vote for you. They don't care if you hit your mama. I'm serious in the head with a stick.
Black people don't
care. I'm telling you, people don't care. And I'm telling you, y'all can say I'm crazy, but I hope she wins because I want to see the lady win. But she's going to have a tough road winning because Donald Trump is one of them dudes. He been in the game.
It's not going to be as tough as you think it is.
Oh, it's going to be tough.
If I could add to
all I'm going to say this, last thing I'm going to say, I told everybody when he ran against Hillary, he was going to beat the no-one, and he did.
And I predicted that Hillary was going to win because she was up in the polls.
I never thought Hillary was going to win.
But I realized when I saw with the breakdown, she got the black vote, she got the middle-aged white vote. What she didn't get was the young females, and she didn't get the older females. Because at the end of the day, they reverted back to the older females. Whatever my husband says
That's
goes,
right.
And then the younger females just didn't come out to vote because they thought she had it. You know what I mean? If she wasn't so far up on the polls, people would have went out and voted. But since they said, it's going to be a landslide, we don't have to get off our ass and go vote. So she lost. But Hillary Clinton would have been great for this country. And I don't care what anybody has to say about Hillary. But Hillary Clinton, the Clintons were probably... And I've been alive for all of the Clintons. Probably were
their reputation is a little rock mafia.
No, but I'm gonna put it to you.
But they all of that. But they all of that. But the country ran the best with Bill Clinton since I've been living.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I'll disagree a little bit, mainly because when Clinton became president, that. Them drug laws that was getting ready to get passed.
But we need
let them. But he let them go continue, knowing that. Yeah, but we, as far as black young males, when we get caught with a certain amount of cocaine, we get a certain amount of time. Let a white person get. It's not the difference.
And I don't want to cut you off, but I got to make this point. There's actually Reagan laws. Bill Clinton,
but he continued with that.
No, Bill Clinton law was, and everybody has continued it since.
Yeah.
When Donald Trump was president, he didn't stop it. Now, he said, what you black people got to lose? He didn't stop it now. He could have stopped it. He had a Republican Congress, and he was a Republican president. He got a Republican Supreme Court. He could do whatever he wants to in this country. Whatever he wants to is going to get passed and pushed through. He didn't stop it.
Well, I don't think Clinton did all that great of a job. Because I really don't, because a lot of programs he didn't put. It seemed like he was just in there having a party. That's what I think. He was partying, if you ask me. Check out all the stuff he didn't do that he could have done.
ABC program. That's Bill.
A lot of stuff.
That's Hillary Clinton.
But a lot of stuff he didn't do. I mean, they trying to call him the black president. He had that reputation. But what did he really do for us? And another reason, main thing why Hillary...
Any of them have done anything for us.
But the main reason...
HBCUs are still afloat because of Bill Clinton.
Well, Donald Trump gave up a lot of money, too. He went back to Benedict and gave them a lot of money.
When Biden got in...
$10 million just to get your vote is nothing. That's just like me giving you, you know what I'm saying? That's just like me giving you $1,200 of stimulus money. And then I tell you, and I just want you to vote for me, but I messed up the country. You see what I'm saying? I allow, and I made this. I had a young fella sitting here, and I broke it down to him. And after I broke it down to him, he was like, "Wow, I never thought about it like that." I asked him. I said, "You run your own business?" And he said, "Yes, I'm the CEO of my company." I said, "Okay, so." You got somebody that that you a right hand man, somebody that runs the business for you and everything. And he said yes. And I said, well, what if he messed up $2 million of yours? And he said, I'll fire him. I said, okay. And then 4 years later, would you hire him back? He said, no, I never want to see him again. I said, well, that's the same thing. You telling me you want to vote for Donald Trump? Donald Trump led COVID in this country. He was briefed by Barack Obama that it was brewing. He was briefed by him. Barack Obama was getting ready to go out of office. He had 8 years. So at that time, no matter whether you like a person or not, you tell him everything that's going on with the country. He told him, he said, yeah, the Chinese are trying to sneak this COVID stuff in there. Right now it's light work. People are just barely coughing and stuff like that. But if it gets to where it is, it could kill a whole country.
Well, let me just say this
Right.
before you think about the China. COVID was here way before that, okay?
It wasn't
I
powerful.
read some stuff about COVID.
Right.
It was here like 10, 12, 15 years ago.
Right.
Not when that happened though.
Yeah, and they...
It could be.
And
But
they,
so was bird flu.
Yeah, but what I'm saying...
So was this.
Yeah, but it's
Ebola.
but they
All
did-
of this
yeah.
stuff is here.
But what I'm trying to say
So
is,
is the common
but they
cold.
blamed it on the Chinese because
Right.
you know the United States and China, they policies, they
Right.
have that
The
thing
common,
with the,
we
you
don't
know.
have a cure for the common cold, and the common cold kills over probably 60, 70,000 Americans a year. But they have it. They put it under control. Like, okay, we know we're gonna lose some lives to a cold. We know we're gonna do that. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to lose a mass amount of lives.
Yeah.
And they have people. They have scientists. They have all kind of people that just sit here and watch airborne and all these other kind of diseases and stuff like that. Donald Trump was briefed on that. He said, "Oh, it's no more than the bird flu. If it gets over here, we'll attack it. We'll do this. We'll do that."
not
You know,
very good.
when they was asking about it, he was just like, you know, it's just this, and okay. I don't care whose fault it was, but at the time, if you're running America's corporate America, you would agree.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
corporate.
It
So
is a corporation.
At that time, you were the head of that corporation of the United States of America, and you let 1 million and something lives get took. Not only did you do that, you messed up the housing. You stand on the economy.
Yeah.
1 million people out of work.
If everybody was vegan, nobody would have got
It would
sick.
have happened.
Nobody
It
would
would've
have got
happened.
sick.
I knew we was gonna get back around to
Everybody would have had strong immune systems, and nobody would have got
Look
sick
here,
like that.
you messed up 1 million. You messed up.
Well-
You lost 1 million lives. You affected way more than that lives. You had us around here in a United States of America wearing masks. You know what I'm saying?
I refuse.
So-
I didn't wear no
But
mask.
let me but see, America, people
Gotta fire you.
People don't read. If people
Right.
would have read about Donald Trump, he wrote a book that he got bankrupt 7 times. He bankrupts his father. Know how Donald Trump got his money? From his father. It
Right.
ain't like he went out there and grind like we do.
And he messed up his
Donald
economy.
Trump's been conning and whatever people out of money all his life.
Yeah.
Just like he conned his way into the White House.
Right.
But y'all can say what y'all want about, and I'm not a big Donald
Right.
Trump fan,
Right.
but he ain't no dummy. I mean, the man
yeah.
might be crazy, well, y'all unspiritual, but the man is not dumb. And I'm telling y'all,
Yeah, he's not dumb.
Kamala Harris is gonna have a hell of a time getting in the White
No.
House.
I
I'm telling
think
you.
with that, it's so crazy to me because like I feel like something that the black community should pay
Right.
attention to is the fact that he said he wants police to have immunity.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
stuff with Sonia
Right.
Macy, like I'm very
Right.
like spiritual and in tune.
Right.
That's like low key. Not saying it's
Right.
a sign like that's what's gonna happen,
Right.
but like if he was
Right.
to get elected,
Uh-huh.
stuff like that could go on and
Right.
he could just walk away.
But he cares
Act
about.
like it's
But he
one
cares
thing when
about
it's-
black people. but he went into the National Black Journalists
Yeah,
event
yeah.
and said, "Oh, you're not even up on day-to-day stuff, and you want to be the president of the United States again?" And you said, "Oh, you're talking about the water incident." That's how he
Yeah, they showed that
dismissed
news, yeah.
Macy. He dismissed it. Oh, the water incident. No, dude, not the water incident. The police brutality incident. And while he was president, more black people were killed by the police because they felt like Donald Trump was gonna keep them safe.
Yeah.
Since Biden's been president, you hadn't heard about all of these police shootings and stuff like that because the Democrats will prosecute you or will try. You know what I mean? And a lot of that stuff is like, government, like lower government stuff, like this, and that. But when the Democrats are involved, you don't have all of that. But when you have somebody as president just saying, go on out and do what you got to do, I'm going to protect you, that makes you run up into the state house and kill people and stuff like
Just
that.
because you get away with it.
Man, the man stayed. Come on, man. The man shouldn't even be able to run for president because he's a felon.
No, he shouldn't have.
Right.
But that's why he want to win, because if he wins them 34 felonies and that other stuff, they can't touch him until
can't touch
after
him
he
till after
he
and then
finished.
by that time
and by
he's
that
so
time,
old,
he
they
gonna,
ain't even gonna want
it'll be like
Right.
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Remember the first time when he had that trial, it went so long, the girls were they turned 18, then they decided. I'm telling you, this is way back
Well,
when.
they took
That's why him
payoffs,
and Jay-Z broke up on their tour.
Right.
Because he was and. They paid them girls off, but this time he couldn't get around it. But
Right.
you know, but I'm saying people like R. Kelly,
Right.
Donald Trump, these people are all in the same category, but we let them get away with the stuff. America do not as put their foot down. And some of them, and some of them countries overseas,
Right.
if the president be acting up,
Right.
they do a
Right.
they overthrow the government.
Yeah.
But
Donald Trump tried it,
one thing
though.
that Donald Trump does is that, you know what I mean, he tells all these lies and then he says, okay, it's fake news. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
fake, yeah.
But you know, it's fake news. They're making up this stuff or whatever. But he makes up more stuff than anybody, and he stands on a record that doesn't make any sense because if you go, okay, I'm going to stop inflation. I'm going to bring down the gas prices. I'm going to start drilling. I'm going to build a wall because all of these Mexicans are coming in here taking black and Latino jobs, whatever that is, because I know a lot of blacks that have.
Well, the immigrant situation, the Democrats are allowing all of this because they want those Democratic votes. They're going to allow these people to vote. They're giving these
Right.
people money. They're giving them free travel.
Right, and that's
everything.
a Democratic game.
Yes.
It's to let people in the
Yeah.
country because they're going to be
Yeah.
they're going to be the minority.
And
but,
exactly.
but there's nothing wrong with that. And I can tell you what.
Is it nothing wrong with that? I mean, would
I
you?
feel
No,
black
let me
people-
ask you a question.
I
Let me
feel
ask
black
you a
people
question.
should complain about
No, let me
letting
ask you
people
a
into a
question.
country that we didn't want to be in.
Is it okay? Is it okay
And we shouldn't
for
even be
somebody
in.
to come through your back door at your house?
This is not my
and
house.
come in. No, what I'm saying at your house.
No,
This
no, I
country
understand.
is like our house. You don't? Would you let somebody come through your back door or your window? They move on in. They set
Right.
up camp. They in there taking showers in your bathroom.
Right.
They eating food out your refrigerator. They washing your cable.
Right.
All these things, and you say nothing. It's okay. No, we wouldn't do that. So it's the same. It's the same. You know, when it comes to, we don't need open borders. The reason why
Right.
they want open borders is because they're trying to globalize all the
Right.
governments across so that they can have this one dictatorship
Right.
that governs the whole planet.
And you wanted to say something. I know you was
Yeah.
itching to say what did.
I was gonna say like what you were saying, like us like walking into somebody's house or like stuff
Yeah.
like that. I feel like if something were to happen in America where it's like we had to like flee, like get out of the country, I would not want people to treat us like that, like, oh no, they can't come here, yada yada. Or
Right.
we're trying to flee from a certain
Yeah,
life
I get that.
to save ourselves.
I do get that.
Okay.
But there's such a thing as we doing it legally or we doing it illegally.
But what is
Okay.
what is illegally and
Okay.
Illegally is the government going and peeling back the border wall
Right.
and freely letting the people come in and knowing they're
Right.
freely coming in and then shipping them on buses to places like Texas, to California, to New York. And for the people, because these are considered sanctuary cities, sanctuary states, so that those states can then have to deal with the thing. Do we know what's going on in New York right now?
Yeah.
Aren't there flooding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, outside? Are you talking about?
No.
I'm like, girl, I'm in the front. No, but it's a thing. It's a big thing. There's so much crime. There are gangs. They're even beating up the police now in New York. They're robbing all the businesses. All the businesses downtown are getting shut down. Getting
who's
closed.
doing this?
The immigrants.
That's what they
The
said.
illegal migrants.
I have seen something about that on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's who they blame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if we kick everybody out of this country, then what would you have is 85% white, 14% black.
The immigrants that they're letting in are the white-skinned ones. They're not letting them people from Haiti come up in here.
Well,
They're
I
not
mean,
letting them.
And
They're not letting them.
that's
and that's
true,
been forever.
and that's a problem. But that's not a Democrat problem.
Well, this
That's every government. That's a government problem.
Yeah, it
that
is.
they don't want Haiti
It's
and
all.
Jamaica's
Exactly.
to come over.
But this is a question I got to ask. The root of the problem, especially with a lot of the Spanish people coming from different countries. Let me tell you the root. Why are they fleeing their country? Know why they fleeing their country? Because the drug cartel over there is taking in
And
land.
it's not just drugs.
Okay, yeah, but this is what I'm ready to say too. But
Yeah.
also, the United States is backdooring that because it's a lot of businesses that are helping these drug cartels, selling them guns, buying the fields, and these people are leaving. The United States could stop that. And I mean, would you want to leave your house? Do you really want to leave your house? Them people don't really want to leave. They don't have no other choice.
Yeah.
That's why they leave. But it's drug related, a lot of other stuff. And
America has made itself into like, yes, bring me your tired, your poor. Now we tired, we poor, but we can't get nothing.
But remember,
they let these other people come here. They
And
get
that's true.
businesses.
Well, they didn't really
they
let
get
us come
money
over
to
here, you know
start
that, right?
businesses.
And
they
that's
get
true. But
property.
that's not an immigration problem.
Well,
That's your government's problem.
Yeah.
That's
the
been the
government is the
government's being
problem.
run by a racist.
Exactly.
That has nothing to do with the border.
Exactly.
And but what the border is you should. I mean, I don't understand why we arguing about a country that doesn't belong to us. For one, you know what I
But
mean?
this
Like,
country does belong to
No,
us.
we built the country, no doubt about it.
And
But
our
we're-
ancestors,
and our ancestors slaved for the country.
No, I'm not even just
Right.
talking about our enslaved ancestors. I'm
Right.
talking about our indigenous,
this
indigenous
country doesn't care
ancestors
about us,
who
though.
allowed these individuals to come over here thinking that they're of the
Right.
same
But
character
why-
and same spirit as we
But
are.
why are we worried about who's coming to a country that doesn't care about us? What I mean,
Because we're here.
I mean, it's just,
Because we're here.
it's just an
And
argument.
when you sitting in your land that your ancestors had dominion over, that your other ancestors were enslaved and got free labor from for hundreds of years, and then you have to watch these other strangers. Yeah, we're human and
Yeah.
we want to be compassionate, but these are strangers to this land, and they get things that we cannot even get.
I understand the argument.
All they said,
but this
slavery-
is my argument. If your own people won't support you,
Yes.
what
Yes.
why are you worrying about
Yes.
what a Mexican
Facts.
comes over here and does?
Facts.
Like,
Well,
And that's definitely one of our issues.
Let me explain and before you say this, I can go to Cinco de Mayo, and on Cinco de Mayo, I can go to a Mexican restaurant and I can find 200 black people. If I go to Real Mexico on Broad River, and I got black. I got black. I love it. You know what I mean? I know those guys. I work with them, and I love them, and I know how they got to this country, and I know how they built their business and everything like that. So this is no disrespect to them.
No.
But if you got people across that street's big old parking lot and everything like that, and all those houses let you park in their yard, because Real Mexico, if you know where Real Mexico is, it has a small parking lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of customers, small parking lot, but Cinco de Mayo, you're gonna find 200 black people sitting there on the picnic tables, having drinks, having fun. You cannot find 200 black people at the Juneteenth celebration. You cannot.
200 black people or 200 Mexicans?
Well, you can't find 200 black or Mexican. You ain't gonna find no Mexican,
Facts.
but you definitely ain't gonna. You're not gonna find 200. You're not gonna
That's
find
a real issue.
You're not gonna find the celebration. You're gonna have you don't see. You're not gonna have Amazon. It's not gonna sell out a red, a black, green, and
Yellow.
black, green,
Like,
yellow,
yeah,
or whatever,
flags.
or whatever. They're not gonna sell out that at Juneteenth.
No.
4th of July. You got the kids got it on, the mama got it on, everybody got that. It's just like,
because we have been
why do we care?
conditioned. We have been conditioned to not love ourselves, to not trust each other, to not work together. This is a part of the conditioning of our people as a result of our enslavement and all the oppression that we've experienced here. So we this is why I'm gonna tell you, this is why we at Elevation are doing what we're doing, because we are trying to trying to build up our community. We're trying to make connections so that we are supporting one another. And this is why I work with this brother, because he got the same spirit that I'm walking in. And I know I've been walking in it for so long, and it's hard to find support. It's hard to find your own
Without
people
it
that's
being
going to stand with you.
competition or
Exactly.
negativity.
And I see how hard he works, and I'm like, yes, L, I'm with you. I got you.
I got for $5, y'all.
But
Can I say this real quick?
Go ahead.
Our main problem is this: the Willie Lynch mentality.
Yeah.
Right.
We all know who Willie Lynch was. He really did exist.
Right. It did.
People think he don't
Who's
exist.
Willie Lynch?
He was a plant. He was a
So-called,
plantation
yeah,
supervisor.
Right.
He wasn't even. He was like
Slave
a
owner?
no. He wasn't even a
Yeah.
slave owner.
He
He
wasn't
was.
even a
He was
slave
like
owner.
a. He was like
He trained
poor
the
white
trainer,
trash.
masters on how to.
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I mean, not
He
no
was like-
disrespect,
he
but
was
he was
like-
like poor white
He,
trash. like,
he was like
Yeah.
an advisor to all the slave.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Teaching them how
He got
to-
them all together, and he told them, "Look, y'all ain't got to keep killing them. You put the donkeys." Get them not like the light skinned ones.
Right.
You pit these
And
against
they do
them,
that by having
and
people in the
they've been
house,
pitting
people
it,
on the
and that's how it
field.
started. And he said, the bad ones, you let them weed themselves out because
Right.
the ones we don't need it, they'll end up killing them, and then
Right.
we'll have them. That mentality still goes on today.
Yeah.
It's that
Right.
mentality.
It
I
does.
mean, we all our ancestors are Africa. I mean, I don't know if y'all ever saw the Spike Lee movie with the Clarence what's the name was in it? Clarence Williams.
Yeah.
It was Hood Tales of the Hood.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
saw
That
that.
one part when that white dude, when they first the black dude that they was gonna give him back his life.
Right.
It's the part when he was in the jail and the white racist was next to him. He said, "What you in here for?" He said, "Leave me alone, leave me alone." And the white dude kept talking to him, and so the black dude spit on him.
Right.
He know the white dude there, the white racist. He took the spit and said, "Man, that's okay, cause I love you, cause you do what I do. You kill niggers."
Right.
And that part
So
was
deep.
so deep
That is
because when I said, "Wow,"
Spike Lee gonna
and
come with it, though.
we gotta start. We gotta, My
think
thing
the key is-
we gotta start getting together.
Yeah,
The thing
with
is,
like-minded individuals.
and a lot of blacks, I ain't saying all of them. A lot of us, we get to a certain position or we leave the hood.
Yeah, we want
Right.
to be
we
in
don't
white
want to come
world.
reach back
We
and
want to
help.
we want to
And
hang
that- and that's
around
why
white
my
we don't
folks.
want to reach
That's why
back.
We
my
want to marry
businesses
with
are right
white
here.
folks. We want to
Right.
be white folks
And you
once
know-
we get to a certain
Yeah,
place,
and
and that's
what-
what need to not be happening.
And one other thing, we are the biggest consumers in this country.
And that's why they
We
do it.
buy from everybody, but nobody
But we
comes
won't
back
buy
and
from
buys
each
from
other.
us.
But we don't
and
have-
we won't buy from each
but
other.
we don't have- we
like
don't-
what you was just saying.
Yeah, but the thing about that is I hear that support black businesses and black businesses and black businesses and stuff like that. I'm a black businessman. I want black people to support me. But this is my thing with black business because I compete against white businesses that are right by the jail. I'm a bail bondsman, and I have over 5 locations. But with the problem that I have in here is that with black people in support is that if you're on the business side of it, on the business side of it is that black people, they want to overcharge everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like we want it fast, and we don't want to slow grind it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That
I get it.
we could learn a lot from white businessmen.
I get
and,
it.
And this is no, and I don't want people to think that I'm against my own race or anything
No.
like that. But we could learn a lot if we just sit back. But we won't do that, and we won't sit there and pay attention. And then a lot of us are uneducated. We just get in business, and we got money. Like all these, like everybody got a PPP loan, and they got a business all from one end of 2 notch to the other end of 2 notch, and all of those are abandoned right now because they had the money, but they don't have the business sense. So where are you going to learn the business sense from? The people that do business, and it just unfortunately it's this way. But the white people do business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They do business. So
Yeah.
so what you need to do is pay attention to that, and you know what I'm saying, and not pay attention to all the person that's right next to you or whatever. Say, okay, he's a black businessman, I'm gonna learn from him and stuff like. Yeah, you can learn from him, but what you're learning from him is, well, a lot of black people say you're trying to take him out. You're not learning from him. You're trying to figure out a way to eliminate him, and that's the problem with us.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that, and I'm gonna say this right here, is I was a bootlegger, got arrested. It's public known. We had $500,000 worth of bootleg merchandise.
Oh wow.
So let me tell you what IRS, all that stuff. You know, let me tell you what took me out of business. I used to sell movies, CDs, DVDs, all this bootleg stuff, right? But I'm gonna pay attention to the
Yeah, don't
movie.
say it too like no we recording, right?
No, it's statute of limitations
Is that
gone. I done
okay.
paid my fines.
Okay.
I'm a law-abiding citizen and I pay my taxes. But no copyrights, infringements here. Everything I sell is real now. But this is my point. As I sold DVDs, right? I'm just gonna concentrate on the DVD part of this. I sold DVDs and CDs, and when I first started selling them, they were $5 a piece. And everybody that wanted to see the movie before it came out paid the $5. They didn't care, they didn't mind. It was perfect, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, it went from $5 to the next man moved in, and instead of just selling everything for $5 and just finding another spot other than mine, because there's enough money to go around in the black community. The black dollar is strong. We got a lot of money. We don't think it because we see the little trap that they got us in. But outside of that trap, it's a lot of black money out here, right? The world, the United States of America can't even function without black money.
That's right.
So there's a lot of black money out there, right? So why would you come next to me and sell me something and then tell them, well, I'm going to do 3 for $10? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now we
to
all
undercut you, but you know what? That is American economics.
That's American
I learned
economics.
this in junior high school in a business math class. The teacher asked, okay, so if you own a restaurant on this side of town, and then there's a guy who owns a restaurant on this side of town, and then you're gonna open up a restaurant. Where are you going to open up your restaurant, on his side of town or the other side of town? In my mind, I'm thinking, I'm going to the other side of town. He already got this side covered. No. You bring your business right next door to his because he already got the clients and you're going to suck his clients away.
Right.
I was
the McDonald's and Burger King thing.
Since.
The McDonald's and Burger King. Every time a McDonald's goes up, the Burger King goes across the street.
They always do.
But
exactly.
And that's a good point, and I'm going to lead into that. But it went from 3 for $10 to all the way down to some guys selling it for $1.
Wow.
I don't know how you make any money selling it for $1.
God.
I mean, well, you make money because it costs about 33 cents to make it. But why are you doing that? When you got the Chinese come over here, they pull up in your neighborhood. They got 10 of them. They don't know each other. I can count from here to in a 2 notch, and I know it's 7 Chinese restaurants. If you grab every menu from them, you may have shrimp fried rice maybe 25 cents cheaper.
Okay.
But it's not $3-4 cheaper.
No.
So black people just price themselves out of that. And then after that, when you spending a lot of money in business to make your product, but you're selling it for cheap, then you start skimming.
Yeah.
And then the people don't want to support you no more. Okay. You know what I'm saying? When he first opened up, when the vegan chef had the big old plate, and now they got the little skimpy plates, like they reeled us in. And now they ain't got it no more. You know what I'm saying? They don't got the places no more. But that's black economics, man. It's just like we got to stick to the same price. We can't be afraid of competition.
That's
McDonald's does not. Burger King does not care that McDonald's got a line around the door because 10 of those cars are gonna get out of that line and gonna come across the street and buy a Whopper.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the
they
way
may
they
want
do
a
it.
Big Mac and them
That's the way they
fries,
do
but
it.
they gonna come across the street and get a Whopper and some onion rings before they sit in that line for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? And that's all it is. You know
the other thing about our community too, as far as the black community, they did a survey, nationalities. They started with the Chinese. They said their money circulates 8 times.
Right.
Japan is 7. When they got down to us, it was like 0.5%.
Right.
Because our money don't circulate. The money don't come and circulate. It's always going out. But when as far as our money going out of the community, we was at the top of the list.
Right. Oh yeah.
He's at the top of the list.
We're set up for that, and that's not our fault. And that's something that it's going to take.
Yeah, but we could break that.
We can prevent it, but it's going to take hundreds of years to change that because we're not the manufacturers.
But you made a good
You know
point.
what I'm saying? We don't own.
That's true.
We don't
We don't
own
own
the ships. We don't own the. You know what I mean? We
check
don't own
this
the.
out.
And
But
even
if
if we
we
got a
put
black
our-
president, we don't even own the presidency.
But if we put our money together, if us 5 right here put $50 in to start a business, even if it's just selling toothpicks, I mean, we could start that and make some money and get other people involved. But the thing is,
You got too
the
many people.
trust. Yeah, but not only that, the trust issue.
The trust.
Because just use your example. Mira might come in with a nice gold chain
Right.
on.
Oh, yeah, she making more money than me.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I can't stand it. Like, I worked for a dealership for 20 years. I never had a white person, well, maybe one or two, but I never had a white person come up to me, hey, how much you made off of that deal?
Yeah.
But if I sell a car, every black salesman in the building want to, oh, you made a lick on that one, then you made this? Oh, how much you made on that? Why do you even want to know?
Right.
No,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but the point I'm
does it
trying to
matter?
make is, if she came in, we said, oh man, that looks good on you. How did you do? We should find out, how did you get this gold chain? Instead of like, oh man, she got more money. She doing something. I mean, why do we always think of negative stuff? And you know, and guess who? And I'm glad you brought that up about talking about white people, businessmen. You know who LeBron James talks to?
I don't know who
Warren Buffett. Oh, he even said it.
But
y'all know who Warren Buffett
he's
is,
talking
right?
to, he's doing this thing.
Well, you know who Warren Buffett is, right?
Oh yeah, I know who Warren Buffett is.
That's who he talks to.
he
That's
was
one of
like
his advisors.
Second richest man in the world for a long time.
And let me tell you something about Warren Buffett. I read a thing about him. He still drives his 1940, 50-something car.
Right.
He don't go buy no jewelry. If you ever see Bill Gates and all of them, they don't be wearing gold chain. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it.
No, I love gold.
No, I ain't saying nothing wrong with
it's
it.
African, very African.
But the point I'm trying to make is that be the first things we go out and get.
Yeah, that's
instead
one
of
thing we go out and get,
reinvesting money. Because me, myself, I'm not making a lot of money, but the money I do make, I'm reinvesting back in the money in the community.
But where do you think that comes from? I think that slavery was so jacked up that they want you to forget about it, but how can you forget about it?
You can't.
And our whole society is like, it's built off of slavery. The mentality.
And you got a few of us that could get out of the mentality. Mm-hmm. Like y'all running your own magazine, you know what I mean? That y'all getting out of that slave mentality.
Yeah.
But that's 3 people here compared to 30 million people that just cannot figure that out. And the reason why they can't figure it out is because it's a generational thing. Like,
it is.
like, okay, I had a baby at 18. You know what I'm saying? My daughter had a baby at 18. Mm-hmm. Now my grandson's having a baby at 18. It's not by design. Like, you can sit there and say, hey, this and that, but it's just like a gene. How you think? It's just like, slavery is like a gene. Like, how you think that a whole family can have a gap in their mouth when they born?
Trauma.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's generational. It's genetics.
Yeah, it is.
So slavery has now been embedded in us, just like genetics. Like, when we're born, we're basically still slaves. And then you can sit there and you may have a good parent that can mold you out of that and weave you out of that, a 2-parent household, or even a strong female or a strong male that's a single parent that can weave that child out of that and get them to where they need to be, where they don't have the slave mentality when they get grown. But a lot of times, man, and then, the biggest thing about it is that where the money at is in the corporate world, and we slaves in the corporate world, because we'll sell out. You'll have that one black man that will or one black female that will organize a meeting with all the other black people that work there, and will tell him, hey, this is the pipeline. I'm at the top. Warren Buffett done taught me everything, and this is what he told me. You know what I'm saying? These are the secrets, and This is how you get there. And he'll have that meeting. He'll have that black enterprise meeting, and then it'll be that 2 or 3 black people that go back and say, hey,
and tear it up.
They know the secret.
And tear it
and you
up.
know what I'm saying? They gonna
It's
tell
always
it.
an inside job.
Bro,
It's always an inside
that's the
job.
Django. Django, one of the best movies ever. Django. If you pay attention to Django, you catch that whole thing, that whole slave thing, and you can put that the same way that it's going now. And this is a testament. And we're gonna get back on the interview, but this is a testament to Harriet Tubman. How did she get all of these slaves free?
Yeah.
When you tell 10 black people that this is the route, how was she
Somebody gonna leak
how
it.
was she able not to let that leak? You know what I'm saying? How was she able not to let that leak? That's probably one of the best organizers in the history of anything. How could you get all of those people to freedom?
They was ready to go. Right?
They were.
But they was ready to go. But even after you've been a slave,
a lot of people didn't know.
You can see it in the movies, but just imagine if you was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A whipping. You know what I'm saying? A hanging.
Yeah.
So these people are putting that on the line to go.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
But even me now saying, even if I said that, hey, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't let no master whoop me, I'll slap him and die. You know what I'm saying? But would I do that live? You know what I'm saying? After I done seen somebody flesh get ripped apart, would I be willing to take that lick? I can say that because I saw it on TV.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I couldn't say that if I saw that live. So it would be hard to get. If she had to take 15 people to freedom this month right here, it would be hard for 15 people to say, I don't know. I don't know. And then the people that did drop out, how was she able to sell them on, even though you dropped out, and the master might want to know, hey, I lost 15 slaves last year. Anybody got the map? I'll make you the house nigga. I'll bring you in the house. Who got the map? It'd be hard for somebody not to say, hey, look here, man. I done slaved all day. Here go the map. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the map. That's
Some of that
tough.
did happen. If y'all ever get a chance, go to Baltimore, Maryland, the Black Museum there. In the basement, they got a sign say, warning. You might see,
Right.
what they got down there is cases of when they used to decapitate men, women, and they got pictures where they would have all the slaves there watching this. So that do play on your mentality.
Right.
It does.
Oh, wow.
Okay, because that'll make you
That'll
think
make
about
you
running or doing. But also what they got too about Harriet Tubman, a lot of people don't know. When Harriet Tubman got so far, you told her you wasn't gonna leave, she gave you a choice. Either you gonna keep going or you gonna die.
Right.
Because they said she used to take them out because she couldn't afford for them to go back and tell their route.
Yeah.
And they said
have
she
the
used to
truth
take them.
be
They used to
well
take them
known.
out. Harriet
I
Tubman
don't
wasn't
know
no
if
joke.
that's true, but I can understand the
Yeah,
concept.
but they said I gotta believe it. That's what they said.
I
what
mean, I don't know if
happened.
that's true, but you know what I mean. But slavery is just so messed up.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get back on the magazine.
Yeah.
So what do y'all really, besides being the food critic and being healthy, because health is wealth, what else do y'all focus on the magazine?
Okay, well, I'll start off. My main purpose is this. We want black businesses to learn how, not to say that they don't or some don't, but we want us to learn how to unite and start working with
together.
each other.
Right.
That's my main thing. And I put a lot of different businesses that are doing businesses and different products, like she's selling vegan products. Mary didn't tell you, but she's also a model. She
Right.
does interviews. She keeps a job.
Yeah,
I mean, because some people, they don't like to work. A lot of them don't like to work. But we try to promote black business, not just as far as working, but as far as, the mentality too.
Entrepreneurship.
Right.
Yeah.
Just to
Learn how to
promoting
start
the
a
mindset
business.
of creating your own, so
Yeah.
you're not dependent on all
Right.
this other stuff out here.
Because everybody can't be a Michael Jackson or Whitney Houston.
Right.
Or play ball like LeBron James.
Right.
But there's so many other things we can do.
Right.
I mean, we got some of them, they won't tell you this, but the lady that started the internet was a black lady.
Right. Okay.
Okay? I mean, she started the basics. I forgot her name,
Right.
but it's so many products that the broom, the street light, plasma,
Right.
one of the centers, the Drew Center is named after
Right.
him. But it's a lot of stuff I want black people to see that we could do, that we don't have to depend on the government if we start
Right.
working
So just
together. Our
create
main
it.
problem is we do not work together.
Right.
Or when one person gets so ahead, they won't reach back and help.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if I ever became
See,
a billionaire, I will come
sometimes
back to the
understand
community
why, though.
and try to help everybody I can if they serious about having a business.
Right.
Now, I'm not going to help you if you just taking my money and go and buy drugs and party and all that. We ain't doing that. But it's a lot of, I've talked with black people, and a lot of their problem is they don't have the help that they and the support. So that's what I'm about.
Right.
And so I try to feature people that are doing things,
Doing something in the community.
politics.
Right.
This guy's a lawyer.
Right.
Okay, this guy's a politician. She's a financial She's a psychiatrist
Right.
that helps the
Yeah,
black
she's
community.
running for
Yep.
House of Representatives for
And-
District 45.
And this lady right here,
Right.
she has an entrepreneur thing every October to help the young kids to teach them about entrepreneurship.
Right.
So I try to feature stuff like that, you know. And even what y'all doing, giving us an opportunity to come and express is a great thing. People need to know that.
Right.
So that's
I know
what
we
need
got
to-
off into politics, but all of that's irrelevant, especially if you have a magazine, because every magazine has.
Yeah, we got a little
political
carried away, but that's
sense.
okay.
Yeah. No.
It's
but
the
that-
year
but that-
for it.
but
It's
that's
got.
cool.
Hey, we
It is
gotta
the
talk.
year
It's the
for it.
That's
year
cool.
for it.
It's the year for
Because
it.
this is critical.
We gotta have that
this,
conversation.
This election is going to be critical.
Well, they all critical.
But this is really,
You know
really
what I mean?
critical.
Every
Do we
election is
really want
critical.
another 4 years of Donald Trump? Donald Trump already said, I ain't going to get back. He already said those that was against him,
That's another thing.
it's going to be. He said it's going to be. Remember that judge?
We
You
ain't
have
gonna
that
have
show?
to vote no more.
Judge Hatchett, the black dude. Her famous line was, it's going to be hell to pay. That's what I think about when I think of Donald Trump get in there.
Well, because it's his last 4 years, and you can't do.
Yeah,
that
he can do a lot of
He gonna
damage
let
in
a lot
4
of people-
years.
He gonna do a lot of crazy stuff.
And even when he was first president,
I'm
he
not
said
even
he
worried
wouldn't
about that.
leave. If
Huh?
he got back in, he wouldn't leave. So like,
Right.
damn, wait, he did say that when he first was president.
Oh,
he
he
said he
I-
would
I
not
think-
leave
Yeah.
On a
out
spiritual
of
level,
the
I think we're
house.
done
Right.
with presidents. I really do.
And that's what he's low-key trying to do.
I
You're
believe
so,
that we're done
you're so
with-
spiritual, like it
No,
doesn't.
we
It
are.
does, none of it
but we
doesn't
are
matter.
done.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
It's the
Yeah.
planet is
But it's like you kinda
spiritually
still involved
waking
in
up.
it,
People
though.
are waking up.
Right.
See, God is supposed to be our governor. Truly,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, that's what's supposed to be governing our lives. But we're in a space right now where we're going through that shift from this old way of doing it to the new way that is
Right.
really an elevation for all of us. But
Right.
it's rough right now
What's that
making
again?
that transition.
What was that again?
It's an elevation.
Elevation.
Elevation. That's the name of
It's
the
an
magazine,
elevation.
y'all. Elevation.
Yeah, so I think it's dying out. I really do. They're all corrupt. Sorry about that big noise.
That's all right.
They're all corrupt on both sides. And this is why I couldn't figure out for the longest time. Okay, well, don't they got a Green Party and then they got an Independent? Why these
All
people
has
don't
to
never?
separate us.
Why these people
us
don't
against each
never
other.
get elected? Because it's a
Right.
party, and the
But you got-
people are paying for the party.
Right, but you got, it's that with everything though. You got
It is.
Christian, Methodist,
All of it, yeah. Well, see, I'm not
Catholic.
speaking religion.
Yeah, but
I'm
I mean,
speaking-
but just in the form of
Yes.
life, like it's anything you got, it's got different stuff, and all of it, some maybe even similar.
yeah.
But you know what I mean. Everybody's gonna find that, hey, well, this person can do this for that, or this person did that for this, and all that kind of stuff. And it's just crazy. But your magazine,
Yeah,
know,
let's
how
get
much
back-
does
yeah.
it cost?
Well, real quick,
How much does the magazine
tell
cost?
them what you do real quick for the magazine. Your communication part. I want to, as far
Okay.
as real quick.
Oh, I
real quick.
interview people.
Right.
I reach out to people who have businesses so that I can interview them,
Right.
so they can get more exposure.
Okay.
And she started our
I started
Instagram.
Instagram
page.
So you
page.
go
I
to all
have
the
an
businesses and say,
Instagram.
"Can I interview you?" and stuff like that.
It depends. It's really like whatever like catches me. Like,
Well,
Catches
she
you.
interviewed Panessa, who y'all just had on the show.
Yeah,
she
we had,
interviewed Panessa.
we had Panessa the other night.
Yeah.
That was a good interview. Yeah, and that's interesting. So, how did you get into journalism? Like, what made you want to interview people and everything? And I tell you, what made me want to interview people, and y'all, and everybody could go down the line right here.
so I actually used to journal just for myself. So that's where me journaling comes in. I know that's not actually.
Right.
You know.
No, it is.
But I also went to school a little bit for psychology, so
Okay.
I like seeing what people think and just like
Right. Right.
who we are as people. Like,
Mhm.
There's a lot of creative people out here, and I like
Yeah.
to see how their mind is.
That's cool. And you, yeah.
I'm the,
Yeah.
Well, me, I grew up, I was an asthmatic, so I couldn't take gym the 7th grade.
Right.
So I used to write a lot.
Okay.
And in 3rd grade, I did a book report on Malcolm X. The
Right.
real only autobiography was done by Alex Haley.
Right,
A lot of
Alex
people don't
Haley.
know that did Roots. Well, I did a book report, and it was so good. The teacher got me up in front of the class, said, "Yeah, Albert will hardly be in school. He has asthma, and he out there, you know." But that teacher didn't know I got in a lot of fights after school because of
Right.
that. Because, you know, but I was one of the star kids that could fight. But I
Right.
loved to write. So I started writing, then I won some contests, And as when I was 16 years old, you know, I was into the drugs and I was Wild Street. This teacher grabbed me and told me, "You got so much talent, you're wasting it. You gonna be in jail if you don't stop." And she was right, because next year, 17, I was in jail doing time in Elmira. But while I was in Elmira, before I went to Elmira at Bennett High School, they were getting ready to get rid of the school newspaper. And I went up to the office and said, "Why?" They said, "Anybody want to run it?" I said, "I'll do it." They said, "You don't know nothing about writing." Well, 1974, we were the high school newspaper of the year. It just wasn't because of me. I went and got some people that I knew how to write, like I do with these. These guys are good. I need good help. So when I went to jail, they didn't have a news, and they gave us some money to start a newsletter.
Right.
The people that had it before, they used to take the money and buy commissary with it.
Right.
Well, once I started, they got notoriety, they locked me up. They put me in the hole. Because I started telling the inmates, we're not each other's enemies. We don't need to be fighting each other. Because them guards, what they used to do, they used to tell New York, them Buffalo boys think y'all this and that. Then they'll tell Buffalo, then they'll go tell the Spanish, and they would instigate the whole thing. And then after whoever won, we would get locked up. They called it 2 for 1. I don't know if y'all know, you might know about the law game, but there's a lot of officers, they play this game called 2 for 1. 2 for 1. See, if I go out and sell drugs and I kill you, right? In the process of me selling my drugs,
and one's dead.
Yeah, then they gonna come get me for murder. So now they're in 2 for 1. So anyway, I went to school while I was in jail, got my degree. I should have went further. And I tell young people now, if you're really into this, go get don't start with your associates. Because I only got associates in creative writing. Right. I supposed to went for a bachelor, blah, blah, this. I could have had grants and everything. But I got a job at the Buffalo Challenger, and I started freelancing, and I started writing articles with High Times. I even had an article in Ebony, and they paid me. And then I started making this money, and then, you know, I was in the streets too. Remember, I had a drug habit too. But I was doing all this stuff, so, you know, but I always loved writing. So now that I got all that clear, because I do want to tell the people, I've been clean for 34 years. I just celebrated last week.
Bless that.
34 years.
34 years.
That's one thing I can brag about, because a lot of other things I ain't doing, you know, quite correct.
Right.
But that, and I tell people, get them drugs and alcohol out your life, because you could do so many things. Yeah. But the main reason, I just love to write. I'm not just writing a magazine. I'm going to do some movie scripts.
Right.
I'm going to do some other stuff. I'm trying to get the black media, the Panorama. There's a guy named Mike Bailey, he got Minority 9. We're all trying to get together because black media still don't get the respect it needs. Right. And we be doing some great stories. You know, we don't get the respect that we need, but I just love to write.
How long?
And I get to meet a lot of people doing this too. I wouldn't have met you because of this. Right?
How long the paper been going?
Okay, this particular magazine been going for about 5 months. But I've been starting, like I said, since I was in high school.
Right.
But this one I think is like probably the best because I'm more into it. You will see me walking the streets trying to sell my magazine.
Right.
Yo, this is what I'm in today.
Like the FYI.
Because I dressed up for y'all.
You be on the corner with the paper.
Oh, I sure do. Like the Muslims.
Yeah,
that's right.
Like the Muslims,
That's I sure do.
Hey,
and I'll go in your store and ask you about it.
And they made millions.
Oh yeah, I respect them brothers. Sure do. Bean pies and everything.
Selling papers. I'm not even going to talk about the bean pies, but just selling papers.
Yeah, final call.
And you, Miss Lady?
My time is up.
Oh.
I'm going to just say that I'm here. I am a writer. I'm a songwriter as well. I originally met Elle. Must have been back in I don't even know.
2010, 29. They had one of the baddest bands in the country.
Yeah, I used to have a band here in the city, Evolutionary Soul. Mm-hmm. I'm a songwriter and a singer, so I'm gonna probably get with you on your studio situation.
Right. Oh yeah.
But
we all songwriters.
Elle had magazines going on then. So and when it came back around, when we met each other through reconnected through another mutual friend of ours. And I was remembering everything, and then I really got to see the spirit that this brother moves in, and I'm like, okay, yeah, he needs help, we need help, we need to do this more, and this is an opportunity for us to do that.
Right.
So I contribute in the way that I do to the magazine by, putting my vegan recipes in, that sort of thing. And I host our business networking events once a month in support of this venture. And I just love it. I love writing. I love creativity, all of it. I'm a visual artist as well. I create all kind of art. I make jewelry. I do a lot of things.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I do have to get out of here, y'all.
Okay. Real
Because-
And
quick.
we would like to. Well, I just want
Real
to say
quick,
we would like
don't
for you to
leave.
come back and do an interview. Like you got a lot of stuff to talk about. So.
Blessed. Yes, I
Right.
would love
Since
to.
you brought that up, every last Thursday of the month,
Yes.
we have a business networking hour. We invite businesses to come out and network, bring your business cards, pamphlets, whatever you got. We have a great speaker. We allow those businesses to get up 2 or 3 minutes, talk about their business.
Right.
It's usually
like
it's
that
at the
too,
eligible
man.
events, but all I have to say is check Instagram, check social media.
Right.
It's always going to be the last Thursday because it's also in,
Right.
with this, because this comes out every
Right.
last Thursday of the month too.
But do
That's
we have
all I
to
have to say.
do we have to lose you two? Oh, both of you?
No.
Yeah, we don't have, okay.
It's
we
just
gonna
me.
lose one.
I
Okay.
gotta go deliver some vegan food, y'all.
Okay, well,
my folks be waiting
I
on
guess
me.
we
Get
ain't
that
gonna get
money.
that piece. I guess we ain't gonna get that piece.
I
of
wanted
that.
a
Those
piece
are
of.
empty boxes,
Oh,
L.
well.
I hate to bust your up. Y'all enjoy. It was a pleasure being
All right, nice to
on the
meet you
show.
also.
I look forward to it.
And we like to talk to you again. So I was like, we've been real serious. We done got into politics. Do you think you represented the magazine well so far? Or if you would like to say something else, maybe I haven't touched on anything like that.
Well, no, basically, I just want everybody, if they get a chance, before you judge it, pick up a copy, look at it, and if you don't like what's in it or do like what's in it, send me a comment. Because
Right.
I can take constructive criticism. I
Right.
don't know everything. I
Right.
think I do, but I know I don't.
Right.
I know I don't.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So I'm gonna go back to the musician here, and I don't know why I cannot remember your name.
Mara.
Mara.
Yeah.
So
It's
what,
like
what's the
Sarah
rap
with an
name
M.
though?
Well, I
Tell
write
me
a
your
little bit.
your DJ
It's
name.
Mirror on the wall.
Mirror on the
Mirror.
wall. Like
I try
Mara.
to get her to do off the
That's
wall.
a cool.
You know why?
No, that's
right?
a cool Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
but that's
she
a cool
always go for
name
that.
though. Mirror on the wall. Like mirror on the wall. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And you DJ and everything like that. So let's get into some fun stuff. Okay. So who's your favorite? Okay. So you do more. I'm going to turn it back around. So do you do more R&B or do you like more rap?
I'm really a balance.
You're
like
balanced,
it's like
okay.
a straight balance.
Right.
R&B, hip hop,
And you seem
rap,
like
drill, rap.
Well,
You
don't
seem
forget
like-
to tell them you worked the hip hop concert last year, the 50th year.
Oh yeah,
end.
y'all
That's
know
how
it was
we
the
met.
50th.
okay.
Yep.
The one downtown with
No,
At
no,
the
the one they
Kohl's
had
Center?
last year, the Kohl's Center outside.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. They the DJ played, and that was where I learned that Angie Stone was a rapper before she was a singer.
Oh, yeah, I've been
They
to that.
played the I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I'm from here, and Angie Stone's daughter was friends with my ex, so you know what I mean. Diamond was friends with my ex.
Just
so I was,
real quick,
I was like, what? So I
long
didn't
time
know she
ago,
rapped.
Sequence. They were the
That's the
original.
group. That's the group she was
They
in. yeah.
were. And how I know this for a fact, I was working with the Buffalo Challenger, and Sylvia Robinson ran the Sugar Hill label.
Right.
That was the Sugar Hill game.
Yeah, I remember the
Now, a lot of
Sugar
people
Hill
don't
game.
remember Sylvia Robinson. You probably do. Pillow
mean-
Talk, you know.
I don't know Sylvia.
Okay, well,
Robinson,
she was
I'll
an
be honest.
R&B singer. Before
Right.
Donna Summer, it was Sylvia Robinson. She had that song, Get a Pillow Talk. Ooh, baby, don't get me started. Anyway, it was one of them kind of songs.
Right.
Where her and her husband started Sugar Hill Gang,
Okay.
Sugar Hill Records. Sugar Hill Gang, the guy,
Now, I know
Mikey
who the
Mike,
Sugar
that
Hill
was her,
Gang is,
that was
yeah.
her nephew.
Yeah.
Okay, Sugar Hill Gang,
Right.
the company, they had Grandmaster Flash, Furious Five, Fat Boys, Sugar Hill Gang, and Sequence.
Okay.
They all came to Buffalo, and they was doing a concert. And back then, we didn't know. We knew Angie. She was Angie B.
Right. yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't even know she could sing.
Right.
So me and her got to talking. The only reason we got to talking and really talking is I told her my family from Columbia. She said, that's where I'm from. And we
Right.
got to talking. Because I
Right.
went to see her a couple weeks at the library. She still remember that.
Right.
But we talked about 20 minutes. And the reason they broke up is because Sylvia Robinson, she wasn't paying them groups like she should have.
Well, nobody was getting paid then. Though.
So they broke up. And you know, they was young too. She said she
Yeah,
didn't
they
know.
were
They were
real
like
young.
17, 8. They were like right out of
That's
high
what the
school.
guy said. What was it? Who hosted that? Like Fat Cat or something like that?
Yeah. And a lot of
Fat
people,
Rat.
Fat Rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
said
changed
Fat
the
Cat.
name to Master
Fat Rat.
Splinter.
and a lot of people don't.
Master Splinter? Okay.
And a lot of people don't know Sequence had a big hit with the Sugar Hill Gang.
Right.
That was a #1 rap record, but that's when they was having problems with the company.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's all I know about that.
So
But
yeah,
back to you.
But yeah, the fit. So you hosted that event.
No, I didn't host it. I'm in school right now at Midlands for audio engineering.
Okay.
And Fat, he invited me to it just so I
Right.
could get like the vibe of
Right.
everything.
Cool.
And that's where I met him. Met a couple people actually.
Yeah, Fat. He used to
Yeah.
he used to host the Woody at the hip hop nights at the Woody. This is well, they're downtown now, but they used to
Yeah, I
not
heard
be
of
the
the Woody.
Woody. Yeah, they're downtown now. They don't do a whole lot of
Yeah.
stuff that they used to do. But yeah, they were kind of.
Because you know,
like
at one
hip-hop
time,
night.
Shakis was like the program director for Nickelodeon.
Nah, I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
he was running Nickelodeon.
I know who Shakis the Beast is, but I don't. I mean, I didn't know he was doing all of that. I'm deep in this, but not that deep. Like I don't come out and try to. Well, not try, but get to know everybody in the hip hop culture because I find a lot of South Carolina music and the scene. I find it a little fake. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like different for me.
And that's my bad.
But don't go ahead. No. You can.
But that's why I
definitely
was
cut in
saying
there.
what I was saying. Like turning around and help people. Some people
Right.
be envious. You don't even know,
Right.
and you could be helping somebody that'll turn
Right.
around and.
Right. Yeah, you're right. But
That's why
the
I
music
say-
the music business is fake, but I just find it kind of odd.
What you mean,
That-
sweet?
I mean, like the music business, like the people in the music business, the execs and everything.
Shiesty?
Like they real shiesty, fake, snakish. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean. Even, but I just find it odd that in the 51 years of hip hop, there really hasn't been a superstar hip hop artist that came out of South Carolina. So this is like the wrong state to be fake. Like we should be the most united, like with a common goal. Because you could, besides the Dakotas and maybe Montana and all of that, and Maine and New Hampshire, you could go through all the other major states and find a superstar.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even got to go to the major states. The South is so big right now. You could go to of course, so like they consider 13 slave states. You can go to you can go to all 13 of those slave states. You can go to Texas, Missouri. Missouri has Nelly.
Beyonce.
Texas has Scarface. Plenty of people. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Kentucky. You got Jack Harlow or ESTG or somebody like that. You could go to Georgia, and of course you got Atlanta there. You go to Miami. I'm in Florida. Of course you got Miami. Alabama has superstars. Gucci Man is considered a superstar. He's from Alabama. You know what I mean? Like you could go through all Memphis. Of course you got Moneybag Yo, Gorilla, all these other people, A-Ball and MJG. You could go through all of these states. There's 13 states in the South, and you can't find you can find a superstar, but you can't find one from South Carolina.
Well, no, it was one from South Carolina. He
No,
moved
never
to
a
Atlanta.
superstar.
Okay, well, it's one now. I don't know if y'all, but she's getting ready to open a concert at the arena coming up. Sexy Red.
Sexy Red from South Carolina?
Yeah, she's from South Carolina. She moved.
look that one
She's
up.
from North Carolina. She's from South Carolina.
But that's the first time I heard that.
I'm telling you, that's my job to
So,
read.
so let me go back to this.
She from
So
South.
Young Jeezy was born in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about somebody that says, hey, I'm from South
She
Carolina.
says it. They just did an
Sexy
interview
Red?
with her. Yeah.
Okay,
Look her
I
up.
didn't-
They
I didn't
just
know
did
They
an
say
interview.
St. Louis,
They
I thought
just
she
did.
was from St. Louis, yeah.
Missouri.
No, she's from South Carolina. I just seen her on the internet because she's
Was
coming.
it Sexy Red?
Yeah, she's getting ready to come here and do a concert at the arena, the
Yeah,
Life
she
Arena.
is. She is
Or
gonna
maybe
come.
she was saying she coming to South Carolina, not actually from
No,
here.
she said she's from South Carolina. I don't know her. I'm telling
She
you what
might have just threw that
I heard
out
on
there.
TV say she is from South Carolina.
Yeah.
Now if she
I've never-
lying.
I've never heard of
Now
Columbia,
if she
South
lying to
Carolina.
build up a crowd, I'm gonna bust her out.
Yeah, I've never heard of. I know a lot of good artists from South Carolina that could have been superstars.
Yeah.
But like the unity, the unity is big for one. But then you got all of these people. For one, it's a free game. Like you're doing a lot of stuff for free just to try to make some money. A lot of these cats, they either dropping out Just not making money just kind of complicates things, and they dropping out, and then got a lot of talented people that just say, hell, I'm just gonna go get a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You got them, but then you got a lot of people that signing to people that don't have nothing. They may have 50 grand in the bank, and they signing people for no money and keep getting them under 2-3 album deals where even when they want to get away from that, they can't get away from that. They can't even release music or anything like that. Like, it's just a whole different thing. Like, South Carolina is his own worst enemy when it comes
Well, we
to
got some real
hip-hop.
in other fields. I mean, Joe Frazier was from South
No.
Carolina.
I'm strictly
Yeah.
talking hip hop.
Peebo Bryson.
No, I'm strictly
just hip-hop.
talking hip hop.
Okay.
That's
So I can't mention Hootie and the Blowfish either,
I'm
right?
strictly talking hip hop. I'm talking about rap music. Of course, South Carolina every state has a bunch of people that's famous. You know what I mean? South Carolina has a lot of people that's famous.
Okay, well, who was the guy that was from here that went to Atlanta? He caught a gun charge. He was actually from here some years ago. I keep forgetting that he was pretty big for a while, but he moved to Atlanta, but he never claimed South Carolina, Columbia.
I don't know.
I
We
forgot
had
his
Speaker
name.
Knockers was going when she mentioned it.
You know what I'm talking about?
But Speaker Knockers was going to be our first superstar.
Definitely.
But you know what I mean. Unfortunately, he died.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. It's
a lot of talent here.
that's my thing. Like we've been close. You know what I'm saying? We had Little Rue. He had a Def Jam contract and everything. But he didn't. He didn't get to the BT Awards or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or whatever. The magazines and all. I mean, he might have got to the XXL magazine, but I'm just saying. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I just find it really weird that we're not united and under one goal is to break somebody.
That's so crazy. Hold on, wait. 'Cause I'm about to show you this post that I seen today, and I really agree with it. And it's really sad to say, but damn, that just crossed my mind.
Right.
It says, and I seen multiple different people like screenshot it and repost it.
Right.
I can't wait to get the F out of Columbia. Nobody want to see you win. They too busy looking at you as competition when you ain't thinking twice about them.
Right. And I agree with that. But I don't agree with leaving. I don't agree with leaving South Carolina to go to Atlanta because I've lived in Atlanta. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that. But you know what I mean? I feel like I could feel like you could break here. It's just the people that are controlling the system. They're people from New York. They're people from Atlanta, and they're coming here. I'm gonna give you an example. It's like, okay, so I grew up in Atlanta in the mid '90s, right? And it was some gangs and stuff like that, but like they didn't know anything. You know what I'm saying? So you get this one lame ass dude that didn't make it in the gangs in LA, and he comes to New York, Atlanta, and all these other places and tells say, well, this is how the game's supposed to be run. And because they got that credibility from LA or something like that, everybody just follows it like, oh yeah, he's from LA, you know what I mean? He knows what he's talking about. We're gonna do what he's doing. The same thing is with the music business that happened is that you got that one dude that worked for Puffy, you know what I'm saying? That got fired, you know what I'm saying? That couldn't do his job, and he comes to South Carolina, he gets 10 artists under him, and he said, well, I'm gonna break you. I used to work for Puffy, and he shows you a couple pictures. Oh, he was with Puffy. Oh, you know Big, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people knew Puffy and Biggie. Like, it's New York City, 6 million people. Like, like everybody bumps in.
Yeah.
If you're in the music business, you're gonna bump into these people. Like, you know what I mean? So if I just because I took a photo with Biggie, just because I was in the studio, because I paid at that time $3,000-$4,000 to do a track with Biggie that never came out, doesn't mean I have the resume to come down here and sign 10 people and tell them they're gonna blow.
Yeah.
And then they don't blow. They don't blow because they being ran by somebody who is nothing. It's just that he just came down here with a lot of mouth. He sold, and that goes back to where they say, "Oh, the South is a little slow." We're not slow, you know what I'm saying? But we do believe in a lot of stuff, and that goes back to slavery too. We do believe in a lot of stuff that's not true. You know what I mean? Somebody can stand in my face, say, "Hey, man, I got this motion going. I got this motion going, son. I'm doing this. I'm doing that." You know what I mean? And then I'd be like, "Yo, I'm rolling with you." But he has no business. He has no business credibility. He has no music credits. You know what I mean? He has nothing. He's just telling me what I need to do, and he doesn't know. And the sad thing about it is that they catching the males, but what they really doing is they catching the females. Like we got a lot of female talented, whether it's rap, whether it's R&B, whatever. We got a lot of female talented, but these dudes are just coming through here. And they, you need to do this, you need to do that, and they just and they running it out. Like I had an artist that wanted me to manage her, and you know what I'm saying. I'm not a manager, but I know why she wants me to manage her because she could trust me. But and I know the music business, but you know what I'm saying. The thing about it is that you know what I mean. She played herself out of position before, I could even do anything with her because. She was told she got to get the OnlyFans. She got to get this. She got to get that. And like female, you don't have to go that route to get the likes and credibility. Go by your talent, And on that note, how do you feel about that? Like, I mean, you're female, you're in the game and everything. How do you feel like the females are being treated out here, like in the industry, whether it be music or or anything that you do?
I don't come across many female like artists or producers or DJs or stuff like that. So when I meet people, guys, and I'm talking to them, they be like, "Oh wow, I haven't come across a female DJ producer." But I do be cautious with people that I talk about because of stuff like that. Like I know some people be out here deceiving people, like trying to make themselves appear bigger than what they are.
Right. You mean just because you got a Mercedes? That don't mean, that thing could be $800,000-$900,000 a month. You might have got that thing on a 20-something percent interest rate. You just holding on to it every month. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing in South Carolina is like everybody is just playing like they bigger than what they is. And it just kills me. Like, I'm a business owner and everything, but I'm also in the music world and like I got more money than these dudes. I got more shine than these dudes. My house is nicer. I don't promote it like that, but I just be sitting there when they be running that game across me and I just be looking at them like.
And it's fake. It's
like, dude, really? Like, you have not showed me anything. Like, you really, like, literally been just running around with everybody doing songs. Like, who cares? Like, if that's not going to materialize into anything, you know what I'm saying, after 7, 8, 10 years of doing this, like really, you still here with us. Like, you still at the bottom no matter how many people that you done shook hands. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could shake anybody's hand. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't make me real. Yeah. It doesn't make, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make me anything that I shook it. I could shake hands with President Obama. Does that mean I'm a politician? You know what I'm saying? No, I just shook the hand of this man. I know the man spoke to me and everything. You know what I mean? But that's nothing. You know what I mean? That doesn't give me any credibility. Yeah. And that's what the people are going by is what people are showing because we're in the social media world. You could blow up on Instagram and everything like that. So it's more about content than what it is about artistry. Yeah. And you know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people.
Have both, then like that's what really is.
That's when it works. You know what I'm saying? That's when you blow up and you be a superstar. And I mean, we got an engineer in the building. I'd like for you to meet. He's a good engineer and everything, but you know what I mean. And even my thing, you know what I'm saying. And I'm not talking behind his back because he's here right now. And even when my thing is, you know what I'm saying, if I'm that talented, you know what I mean, I'm just going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going. Like, I'm not stopping. I'm not doing anything. If I got the talent, I'm moving on it. You know what I'm saying? This can't derail me. This can't derail me.
Yeah, and that's literally where I'm getting to. Right. Like, before, when I was first starting out, and, like, just being spiritual in tune, I feel like when you find what's meant for you, it's like the devil. Distractions get to come in left and right. And I have to really think about it like.
Well, I just want to say. I just want to say one thing. Mm-hmm. I don't think the South is slow. Okay. I didn't let some people down. We just do things. Y'all just do things different. Okay. No. Because I didn't live in different states. Everybody do something different. I mean, because they call New York City. In a minute. If you don't, but I'm gonna tell you this. I always tell people, it ain't where you from, it's what you know.
It's what you know.
And then you gotta, and
who
person,
you know.
and who you know too.
Right. Yeah.
But it's still, I don't think, we, as far as the talent here, the competition, we need to come together and
The talent is
You know,
good.
because the talent is good.
The talent is
but
really good,
we
yeah.
don't need to be like, I was talking with some entertainers. You got some people doing stuff over here. I said, well, look, they doing a show. Y'all doing, let's all get together and do one big show.
Do one big show, yeah.
They don't want to do it. I said, why y'all don't want to do it? Because y'all don't understand.
Because this person may
You
get
know,
there
yeah.
before the other person get there.
But you know what?
Yeah.
This is where I think. If I found out you made $1 million doing what you doing, you know what I'm doing? I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna say, Wally, how did you make that $1 million? Tell me how you did it. I want to know how you did it. I'm not gonna be, he didn't do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
why? Why you hate? No. If anything, I should be glad that you made that, because if you could do it, and I know you, I should be able to do it too. All I gotta do is come and ask.
Right.
Instead of going to ask a person, we get in our minds certain things that ain't correct. A lot of times, for instance, like, I'm gonna shut up after this. I did interview a lot of entertainers, and a lot of these entertainers, like Asher and Simpson, Babyface, they are some down to earth people.
Right.
But you hear all these rumors. I don't know what to say about P. Diddy, because I talked with him before, and he was a very nice, respectable dude.
I actually like
don't
him.
know. I'm telling you, I met him long time ago. I'm talking because you know, from Buffalo.
Right.
They all came to New York. We all sat and talked. I
Right.
mean, Jay-Z, they were really nice.
Right.
So I don't know, you know. I mean, the media. I know that was some years
but
ago.
everybody got something in the closet.
But I know
though.
we all have that stuff. You know, you never know what's
Some
going
people
on.
just worse than others. You know.
But you know how they say we don't know what's in the people's households.
Right.
You know, we don't know what's happening in their house.
Right.
But still, we as people, and the reason I really do this magazine, I want us to get together and start doing stuff, start promoting each other. Because if you make it, that's a shining example for every. We all could do it.
So I'm gonna plug myself on my own show, which I haven't done before. But I have a line in one of my songs. It was a birthday song last year that I wrote, and it says that my man's made $1 million, I made half, but I ain't mad because we both went from Ninth Ave, where we were from, to the draft.
Oh, wow,
So.
yeah.
That's kind of like, and when I wrote that, I was just like, you know, I was like, yeah, I was just feeling like that. Like just cause my man is up, I'm not mad at him. I made half of what he made, you know what I'm saying? And it may not be the right number, it's just to catch attention. I made $1 million, he made half, I made half, you know what I mean? It's just to catch the attention, you know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, I'm happy for my man. I ain't mad, we both come from the same place. We come from the same grind, and it's nothing, and we had nothing. So just having something is good, and if he's got more than I got, well, oh well, you know what I'm saying? I did pretty good for myself. So you gotta be confident in yourself, you know what I'm saying? You gotta walk into, and this is what South Carolina goes wrong. You gotta walk into a building with a Neiman Marcus mind state. You know what I'm saying? You know what Neiman Marcus is, right?
I was about to say, what was that?
Yeah, Neiman Marcus is like a fancy clothing
Yeah.
store where you go in, they got nothing but Gucci, Louis, and all that kind of stuff, right? So you got to have a Neiman Marcus mind state, right? Even though Walmart makes more money than them, you know what I'm saying? So when you think everybody knows what Walmart is, but you didn't know what Neiman Marcus is. But you can't have the Walmart mind state, even though Walmart makes more money and everything. You gotta have a Neiman Marcus mind state, like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't about the money. You know what I'm saying? I feel this way about myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you will get the Walmart money with the Neiman Marcus mind state. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you would get the bucks, but you can't go about it like as thinking like, okay, Walmart makes money. I'm cool with being Walmart. I'm cool with being regular. I'm cool with having this. I'm cool with having that. You know what I mean? It's great. But if you think like, man, I'm the queen. I'm the king. I could do this. And I don't have one Gucci garment. You know what I mean? Can't afford it. But I have that mind state that I can walk into anywhere and I shine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't walk into a building, you know what I'm saying, and I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm lowball. You can lowball me. You know what I mean? Like, you can't come to me with $5,000, and this is my, and $5,000 is nothing now. But even when $5,000 was when I was waiting on my tax time to get that $5,000, I didn't have that mind state. You get what I'm saying? I walk amongst superstars. I walk amongst kings, people what people consider kings, and I have that mind state when I walk into a room. Like,
in other words,
even if they got more than me, I don't have a low mind state. I was always taught. I was raised by a mother, you know what I'm saying, that wore a crown on her head for, you know what I'm saying, for my whole life. She was Muslim. She had a chemo on her head. You know what I mean? She only time I ever seen her hair was late night. You know what I'm saying? Like, anytime it's scarfed up, it's African, it's something like that. Like, I think like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the king of the village. You know what I'm saying? Even if my pockets doesn't say so. You know what I'm saying? That's how I think. You know what I mean? We think in here in South Carolina. We think, this is South Carolina. You lost right there. You know, I'm from South Carolina. No, I'm from South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? We got the best artists. We got this. We got that. Y'all can go to Atlanta and do that, but South Carolina, we got it right here. That's how you think.
Yeah.
But we think, I gotta go to Atlanta, man. I'm gonna go to Charlotte, man. I'm gonna go up top. You know what I'm saying? That's how we think. Like, but we don't. We got a Walmart mind state, like we low budget or something, like we great value. You know what I'm saying? We not great value. I got a Neiman Marcus mind state. This is South Carolina. South Carolina needs a Neiman Marcus mind state. Like, you can't come through here and get us for cheap. You know what I'm saying?
You can't go in Neiman Marcus. Matter of fact, if you go in one of their stores, you better look like money, or because you can't even come in there. You know what I'm saying? They had them dudes went in there in New York, and it was all kind of stuff. But Beyonce and all them, Michael Jackson, one of them, they closed the store down.
They closed the store down.
They closed it down. But no, I get what you're saying. One of my favorite lines: "There ain't no big eyes and little U's."
Yeah.
We all should be on the same level. If we all start thinking like that, I'm gonna treat you like I want to be treated.
Right.
If I treat you the way I want to be treated, we won't have no problem.
And I wanna be
because
treated
more
like
likely,
king.
all of us want to be treated with respect, love.
Right.
You know, with kindness. But we always try to. Not all of us, but a lot of us. We always think about how I'm gonna get over. Oh, dude got this. Let me see how I could get this. I mean, that's the wrong thing. Why don't you ask dude how he got it? Maybe he'll show you, and then you can join in.
And you can't be fascinated by stuff.
No.
It's by stuff that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Even if I got a $2,000 chain, I can't be fascinated by somebody that's got a $50,000 chain. It may not even be real. It's really hard to tell. You know what I'm saying? The difference between real jewelry and fake jewelry now. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you go into a jewelry store and you at the fakes right here and the fake there, you ain't really got to ask them, hey, where's the real shit at? You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit is shining over here, and then this shit right here is just kind of like, but that's the real and that's the fake. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know. So everything that that shine ain't, it ain't a diamond. You know what I'm saying? So you don't
glitter,
you
gold.
don't know.
Yeah.
So you just can't be fooled out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's my problem with us and I'm not talking about nowhere. I'm just talking about South Carolina, period. Is that, for one, you know what I'm saying, we not as confident. You know what I'm saying? We're not as confident, and we allow people to come in here and ruin our confidence, and then the people that are confident and stuff like that, they leave. You know what I'm saying? They feel like, you know what I mean, they'll come back and, throw a barbecue and, you know what I mean, do a club date, but they getting paid to do that. Like, they not like coming here. Don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? I just bought 200 book bags for back to school kids. I am not a superstar. So for you to have millions and millions of dollars and you bought 200 book bags, you know what I mean? That's different. You should have bought 2,000 book bags. You know what I'm saying? But you bought 200 book bags and you got your name in the paper. And the first time I mentioned that I bought 200 book bags was right here because I'm trying to make a point. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care for that, for the recognition, because I probably just lost my blessings just saying that just now. because charity don't come with recognition. You know what I'm saying? But these jokers come back here that do make it, and they do absolutely nothing. They don't, and I don't even want to mention no names, but we got famous basketball players, and I'm not coming down on them but I know for a fact that we have a famous basketball player that's from here, Columbia, South Carolina, made millions and millions of dollars, even had a $100 million contract. He came down here, he wanted to build something, but the city wouldn't let him put his name on it. So he got mad and didn't do nothing else for the city and did everything for the city that he played in because they would put his name on it. And I just think that's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know what you're dealing with down here.
Bad for who? The city or
it's
him?
bad for the city and him.
Okay.
Because for one, the city should have gave him the name because this is where he's from and that's what he wanted. And anytime somebody donates a bunch of money to a college, they put their name on the library and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? He deserved the name. He deserves a statue, I think, in my book. I'm not coming down on him for that. But my thing is that just because you don't get the recognition doesn't mean you don't stop doing for where you came from. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have a name. You know what I'm saying? You could have you still could have built something. You could have built it yourself. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you, do that have something to do with South Carolina? Because I'm from Buffalo, New York,
right?
And I like the NFL. Before the Carolina Panthers went to North Carolina, a lot of my relatives, because I've been coming, they said they was coming to South Carolina. They said they supposed to be here. But I heard South Carolina, they raised so much hell about it that they went to North Carolina.
Two things happened with that.
That's what I heard. I don't know.
Two things happened with that. One, the first thing that happened with that is that it was going to cost a lot of money to build a stadium here, and they didn't want to put the tax dollars in there, and Charlotte was just an hour away. But so, you know what I mean? That's one thing. The other thing is that the NFL caught heat because we had the flag, the Confederate flag rolling.
Yeah, that too.
So they didn't. So they were getting back, some back heat from the flag issue.
But I heard the University of South Carolina raised a lot of hell too.
Yeah, they wanted to build it where William Bright Stadium is. You know what I'm saying? And then you would have had to build another stadium for Carolina when that stadium be there. So William Bright Stadium is big enough where if you would have made the additions, it could be an NFL stadium without having to do it, a whole bunch of stuff. Where the college didn't want to sell it to anybody, and then they had to still go around and build something there because there was no more land. So it was going to be like the University of South Carolina's football stadium wasn't even going to be on the University of South Carolina because the campus is close. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even going to be close. It would have had to be somewhere, you know what I mean, instead of being right there. So, you know what I mean? So it was a lot of different issues with that. But they wouldn't have never got that passed through. One of the bigger issues was the NFL said you had to take the flag down. Yeah. They wasn't ready for that.
Well, I don't know, my family reunion. Right. We stopped doing the family reunions down here in the 80s because of that. A lot of my family, they wasn't coming down here because they got that flag up there.
South Carolina lost a lot of money because of that flag.
And a lot of star athletes didn't come here because of that.
South Carolina lost a lot of money for two things in my lifetime. They lost a lot of money because they just got on the lotto 20 years or so ago.
Yeah.
But they could have had the lotto and gambling a long time ago. And then they made it into like a educational lotto and all that kind of stuff. But they could have had a lotto a long time ago. Yeah, that's one thing they dropped the ball on. The other thing, that flag had people not wanting to do business here.
Yeah.
Had people, and they were just stuck on that. It took, and Nikki Haley was a part of that. But it took
the death of eight people.
Nine people at the church in Charleston to just say, hey, there's just too much hate behind that flag. You know what I'm saying? When you go in this man's house and that's all he got around there, you know what I'm saying, is Confederate flags at this point. And they haven't removed it completely.
Yeah. And you know something else? A lot of people don't know. They celebrate Confederate Memorial Day.
But that was the what they call it? That was the barter.
And you know what day it is? It's May. Reason I know it's May 10th because that's my mother's birthday.
Right.
But it's a holiday.
It's a holiday,
And they celebrate. I had never heard of it until I came down here.
Right. And I was talking.
Yeah.
I bought a lady out, and she was like, "Well, I couldn't get to the bank today. What kind of day is this?" I said, "Well, it's Juneteenth." She said, "What Juneteenth?" I said, "Yeah. Did you go to work on Confederate Day?" She said, "No." I said, "Well, it's the same thing. I mean, it's different thing. But that's our heritage. You know what I'm saying? And and that's what anytime you say anything about the flag, they say, well, that's my heritage.
Yeah, but every year they be in front of they go down. It's a few, man, a bunch of them. But May 10th, they be in front of the State House celebrating Confederate Memorial Day.
Just like it was Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
and
like,
the biggest thing I can't tell these people is slavery was fought over us. The money, slavery was not about.
South Carolina tried to leave the United
Abraham
States.
Lincoln, they
That
tried to
was
give him
never
all the
amazing.
credit, but if you read the preamble that he wrote, he said in there, and I'm just surprised President Obama never said it, and I'm saying it. If you read it, it says in there, even though he wanted us to be free, no man should be locked up, he still didn't think mentally we were of the white man's statue. It's in there. Not word for word, but read the preamble.
Right.
He never
That's where
said,
white
he
supremacy
don't
come
think
from.
we were
Right.
mentally at the level of white
it's all
people.
about that flag.
Yeah.
That flag is a dangerous thing. And then I know people love it. And even in I lived out in the country, and all my neighbors had the flag up. I used to live in Swansea, South Carolina, on Sharon Church Road. I was the only black family on that road. I had every white person on that road try to buy my house for 9 years. You know what I'm saying? My neighbor, who was a good white gentleman, that was his house, and he was a part of their family, and he sold the house, and nobody would buy it because of the market. I paid him what he wanted, and he decided to go ahead and sell it to me. His whole family, I'm not gonna say they disown him, but he caught a lot of heat by letting that house hit the market and not selling it to another family member. And everybody on that road, when I moved down there, when I came down there to look at the house, I saw one Confederate flag. When I moved there, I saw 8 Confederate flags. And I was down there for 9 Halloweens. I never had any of their children knock on my door for candy.
Well, speaking of the flag,
I swear on everything I love. Every Halloween that I spent in Swansea, South Carolina, on Sharon Church Road, I never had one kid from my neighborhood on my street come to me and knock on the door for trick or treat.
No.
And we had the doors open. Remember they said just open up the doors and let everybody know you trick or treating. When you're in the country, all this land, a lot of land, you know what I mean? We're not like next door to each other, like on top of each other, like we are in the city. You know what I'm saying? So you keep your door open and let everybody know you're welcome to drive on my property.
Oh, well, I've never gone to
yeah.
this,
So when you're in the country, like where we was in Swansea, everybody had land. Like I was sitting on an acre of 1.7. You know what I mean? So I had the long driveway. So you would just so they said whenever you're out there in those kind of areas, you want to open your door and turn on the lights and let everybody know that you're participating in Halloween. We did that every year. We did that for every year. I was there 9 Halloween. I was there 9 Halloweens. I never had anybody come on our porch and ask for candy.
Wait, nobody ever came, but you still did it every year?
Did it every year. It became a joke. The first year it was like, damn, nobody showed up. Second year we was like, yeah, they don't like us. You know what I'm saying? By the third year we was just like, okay, let's keep the door open. Let's see what's gonna come. Nobody come. And then we go to the school. We go to the school they were doing Halloween like in the classrooms and stuff. We see all the kids that they catch the bus with and everything like that. They in that school getting candy, but they want to knock on our door and stuff like that and everything like that. But it's cool. Even my neighbor across the street, she never sent, and she was really nice. She used to kind of like watch the house. But
How old are you?
I'm 47. Yeah.
Dang.
yeah. Well, speaking of the
She said,
flag,
dang.
No, not like that. I'm thinking about like, dang, that you're not that old for real. Like that was going on.
That was good. This ain't the 60s, 70s, 80s. This was when I moved out there, President Obama was president. So I spent the 8 years that President Obama was president out there.
Like 2000, what was that?
It's 2000. I stayed out there
2006?
from 2008
No,
to,
yeah,
to
8.
to 2000. I sold the house 2017. That's how long I stayed out there. When I bought the house, Obama was saving the housing market, and he had implemented that he would give away $8,000 if you bought a house that year. He would give you buy the house and he'd give you $8,000. You know what I'm saying? Like you would get the $8,000. Excuse me, you would get the $8,000. I think it was within like 2 or 3 months or something like that. And the deadline was like April. You know, I bought the house like right before the deadline. No, the deadline was like May. I bought the house in April, and got the $8,000 and everything like that. And and Obama he was just president in January. So I was like, I didn't even want to buy a house. I was in the city. I was like, man, I'm gonna buy a house with some land. He giving away $8,000. I go get me a cheap house.
That's how they get people.
And get $8,000. So I moved out to Swansea because my realtor told me. I'm gonna tell you. I know we just chit chat. I'm gonna tell you what my realtor told me. He said this area is gonna blow up. It's a white guy. He bought a car from me, and he bought a car for his daughter from me. And he said this area is gonna blow up. They got nowhere else to go. The Red Bank area, the Swansea area, the Gaston area is gonna blow up. From Red Bank to Swansea was nothing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I got to about year 9 and I realized that shit wasn't happening. And I and I got out of there in 2017. And the kid that bought my house, this was how bad the housing market was. The kid that bought my house, he would come to me all the time and say, I'm gonna buy this house, I'm gonna buy this house. It was a white kid. His last name was Barnwell. And he used to sit on my porch with me and drink a beer and stuff like that. He's like, man, I'm gonna buy this house one day, Bo. And I'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, man, you can buy it, bro. You know what I'm saying? When it come up for sale, man, I'll let you know. You go ahead and get your realtor. I let him know he didn't have the credit. You know what I'm saying? My house stayed on the market. Lucky for him, my house stayed on the market for 9 months. And I was living back in Columbia. I bought something else up here, right? So I'm just going down everyone. He said, man, well, why don't you let me just rent it out? You know what I'm saying? Until I can get my funds together. And I told him, I said, well, it'd be $800 a month. $800 a month, cheap right now, right? And for a house on land, had a shed, 900 square foot shed in the back, big house. So I said, I let you rent it for $800 a month. Oh man, Bo, I can't afford nothing but like $550. You know, you just trailer park kid. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I can't do $550, man. My mortgage $650. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. You know what I mean? He goes, all right, man, I got a credit lady that's working on my credit. I was like, yeah, man, just do that, man. I said, ain't going nowhere. Nobody even coming to look at it. Like, my realtor, I go 3-4 weeks before somebody even come look at it. And everybody said the same thing. It's too far. But it was for him. So 2017, that's September. So you basically about 2018, he buys the house. 2020, COVID hits. He sold the house. He loved the house. I used to go by. I went from him sitting on my porch to me sitting on his porch, having a drink. I go out there, man, I love what you're doing with the house. He's building stuff on it. He putting flowers up. I had flowers already planted out there, but I wasn't keeping them up. But it was still there. So he done blossomed them back out. It looked like when I first bought the house and everything. He did all of the work, you know what I mean, the landscape, and did everything himself. He loved that house. And he told me it's going to be my house forever. 2020 came, COVID hit. He sold the house. I sold the house to him for $100,000. He made $180,000. We got to get educated, man. He made $80,000 off of the house, and I lived here in Columbia for 9 months. And was still paying my mortgage here and paying a mortgage there. So I could afford to keep both of them now. But I sold the house just thinking that was the right thing to do, man, just get rid of it so I could save myself $900 a month and cost myself $90,000. You know what I'm saying? But we just ain't up on it. You know what I'm saying? We just ain't up on it. But my realtor told me that property was gonna blow one day because, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, man, it's been 9 years. This mother didn't know what he was talking about.
Oh, that made me think of that little illustration with the person who mining, and he like won like so close to getting to the diamonds.
Right.
Turn around.
And then you turn around. Then the next person, they
Boop.
boop, and and drilling oil. Man, I can't drill no more. I'm tired. I can't afford it. You know what I mean? I can't do anything else. And you walk away, and the next man just come in there and barely hit it. And the Beverly Hills Billy. There's oil everywhere. More oil than you can imagine. You know what I mean? So you just got to stick with it. And that's the thing with South Carolina music magazines, bonding companies, whatever. You just gotta stick with it.
It's gonna get better.
It's gonna get better.
It's gonna get better. We gonna get better.
I'm never giving up on what I love again. I love my house, and that's basically what I'm trying to say. Is I love my house. I'm never and I gave it away. Somebody else loved it more than me, but the love didn't trump the money. As soon as he could get 90 grand, he was out of that joker. You know what I'm saying? 90 grand strong, and I only made 10,000 off of him. So it's an $80,000 difference. You know what I'm saying? So you know, if I would have stuck it out, if I would have seen the beauty in what I love and kept loving it and nurturing it, I would have. It would have paid off on me, and you know what I mean? I could have made that money. You know what I'm saying? Because it was that time, no matter how much you love something, you can't give her 80 grand. You know what I mean? So it would have been time then. It wasn't the time then. So you know what I'm saying? So our time maybe not now to blossom a superstar, but our time is coming.
Yes,
Right.
And that's why I feel like when I was talking about, I was realizing like I was getting distracted and sidetracked.
Right.
It really built my character for real, because
Right.
now when it happened, I'm like it's just like I feel like I'm more mature. Like certain stuff was just meant to
Right.
happen how it happened.
Right.
Learn from it.
So man, L, you got the magazine going, man. You got the creative person out here getting these people in here. You got man, you got somebody
Just
doing food critics and telling people how to stay healthy and everything. Do y'all do anything with sports, anything like that?
Huh?
Sports in the magazine, anything like that?
No, I got somebody gonna be when football season start. I got
Right.
somebody gonna be doing sports.
Okay.
We'll have some
We'll
sports.
get into the sports, yeah.
But,
I love sports.
I don't want to say anything yet, but we might get a chance to interview. But I ain't gonna say it. I'll tell you after. I don't want to put that out there yet. I'll let you know later. But we might have a big sports interview coming up real soon.
Right.
I'm working on that right now.
Well, I just want both of y'all to take the mic, man, and just, plug with your social medias, how to find you, what you got going on, what you got up and coming, you know what I mean? Just take time with me, not asking you just questions, just plug, who you are and what you got going on and how to find you.
Okay, I'll go first. Is the microphone?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's a good one.
My Instagram is Mirror on the Wall. It's MARAH on the wall. The Elevation Magazine's Instagram is Elevation Mini Mag, MINIMAG. I'm getting ready to be in a runway show September 1st. I'm working on some beats, and I'm getting ready to get into DJing. So that's what I got going on.
All right, beats, where they can get that beat pack at, you know what I mean?
I'm about to make a Beat Stars. I gotta trying to find the best system, like best stuff for me to use,
Right.
so that my stuff actually gets out there for real.
Well, you get a good little beat pack together. Let me know. I buy beats.
Okay.
Yeah. L, what's up?
Well, the magazine Elevation will be coming out every last Thursday of the month. We got some locations where you could pick it up. Just check out the Instagram she was talking about, or my Facebook page, or you can check out my website, ldproductions.com. It's up and running, so it'll be information about that. And I do want people to understand Elevation is a product of LD Productions because I'm a promoter. And we got a fashion show getting ready to come up. We got a poetry event getting ready to come up.
Oh, I want to come there.
Okay. Well, we also next month, because of the way the school systems is down here, everybody start every weekend in August.
Right.
Well, we get ready to do a thing with the city. We're gonna do a back to school talent show, not just for talent, but we want to have the kids there, talk to them about drugs and alcohol, sexual abuse, their identity, maybe start prepping them for college, and find out if they're interested in starting a business. Because see, we gotta start educating your youth about starting their own business.
Right.
You know, because everybody's not going to be a Michael Jackson or a Whitney Houston or LeBron James. But we all have so many talents. I mean, you could make a lot of money starting a construction company.
Right.
I know a guy right now I'm talking with. He done constructed a whole bunch of stuff, this city all throughout North Carolina and Georgia. He's a millionaire now.
Right.
Okay, so, you know, there's a lot of things we could do. So I want people to understand that Elevation, the magazine, we're here for the people. So if you have any comments, you can always check out my Facebook page, L Davis, go to her Instagram page, or you can contact me at, I'll give you my number, 803-205-9940, or you can hit me on my email, ldproductions, the number 121 at gmail.com. And that's all I gotta say. Oh, and the last thing, every last Thursday of the month is our business networking hour.
Okay.
As of now, the location is the Elegant Events on 10. I'm gonna make sure I get this right because I don't get the right address. Okay, I mean wrong address. 101712 Notch Road.
Okay.
Okay.
And where's that by?
It's by Kroger's.
It's right
Public.
across the street from like the Target on 2 Notch.
Okay,
Target,
yeah.
Where that
Five
U-Haul
Below.
at?
Yeah, I know exactly what that is, yeah.
Matter of fact, Battery Bulbs is rear and it's in that next plaza.
Right. Out northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And,
Right by St. Hills.
And we do a business networking hour. We want all the businesses to come out, bring your business cards, bring your pamphlets, come and talk about your business, meet other business people.
Yeah, I
We
can't
always
wait
have
to that.
live entertainment. We have a great speaker, and that's the day you get the magazine too.
Right.
But we really want people to come out so we can learn how to start, you know, because
Networking.
in some of my networking hours, I had a plumber meet an electrician. The electrician needed some plumbing done, and the plumber needed some electric work done. They were able to barter, hook up, and start doing projects
Yeah,
together.
they partners.
So now that hasn't happened a lot, okay, but it does happen. I didn't have people meet at my thing, and now they're doing business together.
Yeah.
It happens.
Right.
It's people that work. You could ask her. She done been in model shows and all kind of stuff.
I met a
right?
lady. Her name is May. She goes by May Serenity. She makes her own jewelry. I got to model in her like her jewelry show, which was really cool. And then I met a dancer. And like I said, I used to dance when I was younger. So now it's like I'm older. I'm getting back into all the things that I used to love.
Right.
I met a dancer
same
who,
way.
like, she teaches dance. I'm not exactly sure where, but it's only like $10 for the class. And it's just like I'm coming across all these different things.
Yeah, we just want people to come out so we can all unite and get to know each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's all I
I'm
got.
gonna try to make the next one. So you
I'm gonna
said
give
that's
you the
like
date.
you
Oh, the
said
next
the last what now on the end of the month?
Last Thursday.
Oh, the next
Last
one is
Thursday.
it's August 29th. I can tell you that. August 29th,
I'm gonna catch that one.
last Thursday of the month. And we'll be at Elegant Events, 101712 Notch, 6 to 8.
I'm gonna be there.
6
I'm
to
gonna
8.
be there. Count me in on that.
Yeah.
It's
And
a
we'll
Thursday.
have flyers out and it'll be online and stuff, you know,
Right.
date in a couple of weeks.
I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna be like, man, I'm coming.
Yeah,
now.
cool. Oh, and I do want to tell people too, because I don't want anybody to think, why he didn't say nothing about the price? Well, it's $10, okay? It's $10 if you get a ticket in advance, and if you can't get a ticket, you can cash at me or call me, and I'll put your name on the list. Because after that, at the door, it's $15.
Right.
And the only reason I stick to the 15 because it's not fair for those that make an effort to buy a ticket or call me. All you
Right.
gotta do is call me. You ain't even gotta give me a ticket. Get a ticket. Just call me. I'll put your name on the list. $10, and I guarantee it's worth your $10. If it's not, I'll give you your money back.
Right.
And I'm saying that live on air. Because so far I haven't had to refer because you're going to meet so many people. The people that come to my events are people that really, we haven't had a real big crowd yet, but them 30 or 40 people that come, they get to know each other. They come every month. It's just a great thing. And the owners of a place, they're entrepreneurs. I want to give them a shout out. Ray and Sylvia Jordan, two great people. They let us use this place for the last 4 months, and they're very supportive behind the ideal too, of organizing and getting black businesses to unite.
Right. And I'm gonna end the show with like a just something that I observed about myself. Probably the last, what the day is the second? So it's been like the last 2 days, maybe the last 3 days, and it's been good for my soul. So July 1st is my birthday, and so usually, thank you. So usually I go through the whole month. Most of the time I take vacation and everything, but I said this year I wasn't gonna take a vacation all year. This year was just gonna be about getting the things that I wanted to get done because whenever you start vacationing, you take 2-3 vacations a year and when I say 2-3 vacations, sometimes it don't have to be a 7-day trip or something like that. It could be a weekend in Charlotte or something like that. That adds up sometimes more than a cruise or something like that. You know what I mean? Just spending money in Atlanta, somewhere like that. So I said I wasn't going to do anything. So because a lot of times just taking the 3-day weekends wind up being more out of my pocket than anything. So I said I'm just gonna just implement the stuff that I wanted to do in my life, and I have. And so July is usually my birthday month, and I party and stuff like that, and do like go places and tip great. And I tip good, but I mean I just tip great, and look out for my friends, and just do a whole lot of exciting shit. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, but you know what I'm saying. So I got to like the last 2 days or 3 days of this month, and I just been crying. Like real talk, like I'm not a depressing person. I'm not depressed or nothing like that. Like life has really been good, but like the last 2-3 days, I just find myself either listening to something or doing something, and I just couldn't understand how. I know I'm a Cancer, but I'm not a crying. I'm not a crying Cancer. Like I'm emotional, but I don't cry. You know what I mean? It's very hard to get a tear in my eye, and I wasn't thinking about anybody that passed away. I wasn't thinking about anything. All I could do was just just be tearing up all the time. And first thing I was like, oh shoot, I'm getting old, because that's what my grandmama did when she got old. Just to anything, just make her cry. So I was just like, well, why am I crying? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's 2-3 days just crying, like, you know what I mean? Just like, now I mean not like boo crying, but just tears. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what I'm saying? And I just could not figure that out, and it just kind of hit me today. You know what I'm saying? What that is, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm crying. They're not, they're not depressing tears. They're not like, because a lot of people could be rich or they could be very accomplished and they just, and they still be depressed. You know what I mean? I've lived with a person that accomplished everything that they can accomplish, and they still was worried about everything every day. You know what I'm saying? Like losing what they got. You know what I mean? So it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care about that. So you know what I'm saying? So I just couldn't figure it out. And then today it hit me and stuff like that. Like I've never took the time to cry for myself. I was crying for myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't crying because nobody died. I wasn't crying because I lost my grandmother a couple years ago. I wasn't crying because, you know what I'm saying, things just ain't going right. And and they could be happy tears, or they could.
That's so real.
You don't have to even put like whether it's happy or sad. It was just like I was just crying for myself, like, you know what I mean, like tears of it could be joy. I don't know what it is. It's not pain, but it's just you know what I'm saying. And so my whole thing is, man, a good cry is good for the soul, because I feel like for the last couple of days that I've been doing that, today I felt like, I know the month started last month, but the day I did my little reports and stuff, I did my little by myself meeting and stuff like that for last month, and then, I didn't cry today, you know what I mean? But I cried the previous few days, and I was just like, man, I just was crying for myself. Like, I feel good about myself. Like, I feel accomplished, you know what I mean? I got y'all coming in here to do an interview today, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's good. So, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of so I'm just telling people, like, just let it go, you know what I'm saying?
Release.
It's
a great way to release.
A tear is a good release. And I figured out now why my grandma, I used to walk in the room, my grandma just be sitting there, just go, what's wrong with you? I'd be like, Mama, what's wrong with you? Nothing, baby. I don't know. I just love the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought she was crazy. And now I get it. I got it. You know what I'm saying? It's
I had one of those earlier where
good
it's just
tear.
like me, yeah.
Yeah.
You realize something like it's like, dang, like
a
I
good
feel
tear is
for
good for the soul. It's a cleansing. So you know what I mean. So we're gonna get out of here on that note. I appreciate y'all coming by, man, and chit chatting
And
with
thanks
us
for
and
inviting
things.
us too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, and we got off
We
into
gotta
some
do it
other
again.
stuff, but so we got to do it again.
That's right.
But I think we
Yeah, 'cause we
highlighted.
can talk about a lot.
Yeah, I think we highlighted the magazine and everything, and it was great. And then the other person didn't come in, and I didn't have to cut y'all short. So, man, it was cool. So that's good, man. I appreciate y'all. And it's good to meet you, too.
It was nice meeting you too.
Yeah. I know, yeah.